Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hey fans, welcome into Kindred, where we are getting ready for some Babe Ruth baseball. A couple of Babe Ruth League games here in Kindred. And we are excited to be broadcasting the Kindred Babe Ruth. They are going to be the home team as we are in Kindred, and they're taking on the visitors on the scoreboard, Lidgerwood. Lidgerwood coming to town to take on Kindred in two Babe Ruth League matchups. Starting lineups going around right now. Public address announcer Dan Nathan calling out the Vikings. Before we look at the Vikings, let's first take a look at Lidgerwood and what their lineup will be. Leading off for Lidgerwood will be the shortstop, number 23, Levi Ladusa. Catching and wearing number 8 is Mike Anderson. Hitting third, the center fielder, number 6, Colston Frecking. At third base, wearing number 17, the cleanup man will be Stylus Stenvold. Batting fifth and playing left field will be number 1, Cole Fowler. The 6-hitter, second baseman, number 12, Coulter Gockler. 7, 8, 9 guys go Jace Kahodik. He'll play first base, wears number 4. Pitching is Houston Hosford. He wears number 7. And then number 11, right fielder Cash Crump. Dominic Spooner, the head coach, got some good Spooner stories we'll tell you later. And Dylan Fowler, his assistant. National anthem's going. We'll step away for about 2 minutes, and then we'll have the Kindred Viking lineup.
23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge-Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Perfect timing there as the anthem just finishes, and we will go through the home team, the Kindred Vikings lineup. We already went through Lidgerwood's on the front side of that break. Let's take a look at the Vikings. Bristol Swanson playing short. He wears number 11. The 2-hitter and catcher who wears number 2 is Cam Kittleson. That's a lot of 2s. Number 2, hitting 2, playing position number 2, Cam Kittleson. Third batter is the pitcher, number 25, Jet Johnson. Playing second base and wearing number 4 in the 4-hole, Beckett Westby. Coach Eggman really making my life easy. The 4-hitter is number 4, playing position 4, Beckett Westby. Sawyer Olson, wearing number 44, plays third base. Jagger Jordheim out in left field, wears number 28. 7, 8, 9 guys, right fielder, number 20, Briar Gibbon. Then first baseman, number 22, Everett Anderson. And rounding things out is center fielder, number 1, Anders Huseman. The Kindred Vikings are coached by Nicholas Eggy, the Eggmeister, Mr. Eggman, and Mason Almaris. Lidgerwood comes to town with a 5-4 record. They have split with Northern Cass and Gwinner. They got beat by Valley City twice. Valley City looking very good early on in the Babe Ruth season. Lidgerwood beat the Castleton 14-year-olds 2 times. And they beat Hankinson. So once again, they are 5-4. The Kindred Vikings are 4-2. They beat Hankinson twice and beat that impressive Valley City team. Potentially 2 of the best games this crew has played this year. They beat Valley City 16-6 and 7-0. And then the Vikings went into Castleton and got swept by the Black Stockings. Once again, Central Cass has 2 teams in the league. One is a 15-year-old team. That's the Black Stockings. The Vikings got swept by them. They have a 14-year-old team. Dominic Spooner and his Lidgerwood crew beat those 14s both times. Dominic Spooner hails from Castleton, and he went into Castleton and took 2 from the 14-year-olds. We are gearing up here for first pitch. A beautiful evening here, 68 degrees with about 15, 20 mile an hour winds out of the north-northwest. And it's Levi Lattisaw who falls off the first pitch. First pitch happening here at 5:00 on the money. 5 o'clock on the money is first pitch. Despite not much rain coming here in Kindred, that pitch is a ball. It's 1-1. Not much rain at all here in Kindred throughout the day, but as Lidgerwood was out doing their infield, the rain came down fairly heavy for about 5 or 10 minutes. I wouldn't say that there was much of a delay at all because we are right on time here, 5 o'clock. Jet Johnson gets a called strike there against Levi Lattisaw and then throws one way out of the zone. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Lattisaw. Jet Johnson has only pitched 1 inning so far this year. He faced the minimum and struck out all 3 that he faced. A little inside here as the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 inning pitch for Jet Johnson. Struck out the 3 batters he faced. No hits, no walks. So this is his first start of the season. Here is a ball taken high, and Levi Lattisaw going to get a leadoff walk. Once again, the order for Lidgerwood, Levi Lattisaw, then Mike Anderson and Colston Frecking, Silas Stenvold, Cole Fowler, and Coulter Gockler go 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 are Jace Kahotik, Houston Hosford, and Cash Crump. Levi on first, pitch swung at and missed by number 8, Mike Anderson. One time quick around the diamond for the Vikings. At first base, Everett Anderson. Second base, Beckett Westby. Third base is Sawyer Olson. And shortstop is Bristol Swanson. Get to the outfield in a second as Johnson sets and delivers a pop fly into the park. Out in left field, Jagger Jordheim. Anders Huseman in center and Briar Gibbon in right. Once again, Jet Johnson on the mound, and his battery mate is Cam Kittleson. Vikings are coached by Nicholas Eggman. Runner goes here. This is a pop fly to third baseman. Sawyer Olson goes back, catches it, but smartly elects not to throw back to get Lattisaw. Lattisaw was taken out for second base and recognized that that ball was in the air, slammed on the brakes, and got back to first before Sawyer Olson could get the ball into his glove and throw across the diamond. Jet Johnson works another strike. This one fouled off. The batter is Colston Frecking. He wears number 6 and plays center field. So 1 out, 1 on for Jet Johnson. Silas Stenvold on deck. Here's the set and the pitch. Strike taken down the middle. Bryce Whipple calling balls and strikes. And John, help me out there, Dan. John Ethan. Yeah, not either. He is. Yeah, the runner goes here. Throw down to second. Not able to be held on by Beckett Westby, and sliding in safely is going to be Levi Lattisaw. John Ethan on the bases. I told John Ethan. Wendy Bernier alongside me. Wendy, thanks for joining.
You're welcome.
I promised her she didn't have to talk if she didn't want to.
No,
so.
you're doing great. You're
All right.
listening along.
But John Ethan has a big day coming up here in 8 days, as he has his wedding. His wedding day is 8 days away. He's marrying Sadie Maruski, teacher in Kindred. Swing and a miss there, and that'll be Muraski. Excuse me. All right. By the way, Colton Frecking did strike out on that stolen base, and now it's ball chopped foul to third baseman Sawyer Olson by Silas Stenvold. So runner on second is Levi Lattisaw. Anderson flew out to Sawyer Olson at third. Colston Frecking struck out, and now it's Silas Stenvold who's working on an 0-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the first. Jet Johnson checks the runner and delivers. A little bit outside. But a beautiful night here in Kindred as we're set for 2 league games. 68 degrees, nice and cool, not one of those hot steamers. There's a strike called Stenvold going to be caught window shopping, and that'll retire Lidgerwood in the top half of the first. In the top half of the first, Lidgerwood gets no runs on no hits. They leave one man on base. There were no Viking errors. It's Lidgerwood 0 and the Kindred Vikings coming to bat.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Hey fans, welcome back in. Babe Ruth baseball action here in Kindred. Friday night at the ballpark. Lidgerwood comes to Kindred. And we'll be playing in 2 league games, so we'll have both of them on your live event here. Once again, Lidgerwood comes to town with a 5-4 record. They've swept the Castleton 14s, split with Northern Cass and Gwinner, and got swept by Valley City. Had a Hankinson victory. That makes them 5-4. The Kindred Vikings are 4-2. Swept Hankinson, swept Valley City, and got swept by the Blackstockings of Castleton. Take a look around the diamond for Lidgerwood. Starting at first base, it's Jace Kahodik. Second base, Coulter Gockler. And third base, Silas Stenvold. Shortstop will be Levi Latissa. Out in left is Cole Fowler. Center fielder is Colston Frecking, and in right field is Cash Crump. The catcher is Mike Anderson, and pitching for Lidgerwood is Houston Hosford. Houston Hosford wears number 7, right-handed pitcher for Lidgerwood. Once again, Hosford, the starting pitcher. Bristol Swanson, the leadoff man, wears number 11. He's a shortstop, hitting .333 on the year, takes a ball up high. He'll be followed by Cam Kittleson and Jet Johnson, then Beckett Westby, Sawyer Olson, and Jagger Jordheim. 7-8-9 are Briar Gibbon, Everett Anderson, and Anders Huseman. Ball 2 from Hosford. Looks like he slipped a little bit on that rubber. On the turf. Did get a little rain in Kindred, not much throughout the day, but a little bit of a rain shower as this one's taken for a ball inside to Bristol. He's got a 3-0 count. Rain during the infield of Lidgerwood for about 7 or 8 minutes. Nice little dousing of the diamond. Bristol Swanson draws a leadoff walk. Same thing happened for Lidgerwood's Levi Latissa. Latissa stole second and then was stranded there. We'll see if the Vikings can one-up Lidgerwood. Bristol Swanson has 7 stolen bases on the year. That's over an average of over 1 a game as Bristol Swanson stays put, and Cam Kittleson takes that ball. Cam Kittleson having a great start to the year. He's got a triple, the only triple for the team. He's got 4 RBIs, 8 stolen bases, and 8 runs. Here goes Bristol Swanson. Ball taken high. Throw goes down, and Bristol Swanson's going to pick up his 8th stolen base of the season. That means that him and Cam are tied at 8 and leading the team with that 8. Kittleson leads the team in stolen bases, runs scored, triples, and RBIs, despite just a .286 batting average that will very likely continue to elevate as his season continues on. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kittleson as he takes that ball inside. Bristol Swanson at second base. Here's a ball taken out. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hosford walked the leadoff guy. Now has to find a way to challenge the batters as he looks in. Gets the sign from his battery mate, Mike Anderson. Swanson with a good lead, and he takes off for third. This ball's going to be shot over to the right side. Nice play by the second baseman as Bristol Swanson got a great jump. Kittleson is going to be retired. On the 4-3 putout, Coulter Gockler throws on to Jace Kahodik. And that'll be one out with Bristol Swanson on third base. Jet Johnson now comes to the plate. He's the pitcher. Where's number 25? He takes a ball up high. Jet Johnson leads the team in hits. He has 7 of them. Batting .389 on the year. Cleanup man Beckett Westby is the leader in average, .455. If Jet Johnson can get his 8th hit, he'll score Bristol Swanson and break the ice early in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 man on. And here's the pitch. Fouled back. Do the 1-2 coming here next. Once again, Houston Hosford on the mound for Lidgerwood. He looks in, gets a sign from Mike Anderson. Big kick and a pitch high, evening the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beautiful night for baseball. Friday night Babe Ruth action here as Hosford checks Bristol at third and then pitches. Ball taken high. It'll move the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jet Johnson up to bat. Beckett Westby waits in the wings here. And we'll do the 3 ball, 2 strike count. Here's the pitch. Hosford needs a strike. Can't get it. It's ball 4. And Jet Johnson's going to draw a walk. Johnson will be on first. Swanson on third. And Beckett Westby comes to the plate. Where's number 4? Hits number 4. Playing position number 4. Hitting .455 with a .600 on-base percent. Jet Johnson's off. Pitch out. Fake throw, and they've got a good chance to get Bristol at third, but Bristol does slide back safely. Johnson going to pick up the stolen base. And Bristol Swanson safely back into third despite a good throw there from catcher Mike Anderson onto Silas Stenvold. Swing and a miss by Beckett Westby. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the set from Hosford. And the kick and pitch. Ball outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count here to Beckett Westby. Sawyer Olson waits on deck. He'll be followed by Jager Jordheim, Briar Gibbon, Everett Anderson, and Anders Huseman. Ball taken high. 3 balls, 1 strike. Houston Hosford has issued 2 walks here to start this game. Now 3 as that ball's taken low. Nice block there by Mike Anderson, and that'll load up the bases. Swanson walks, Johnson walks, and Westby walks. Cam Kittleson grounded out to second baseman Gockler. Now batting Sawyer Olson with the bases juiced. Here's the kick. Ball high. Hosford hoping for a strike here. Challenge the Kindred hitters. He gets this one, and that's shot down the line, the third base line. It's going to be fair. 2 men are going to come in. Will a third. Sawyer Olson going to second. Beckett Westby going to be waved around, and he's going to score no problem. There is a throw home, and now Sawyer Olson is potentially caught at third. He is caught at third. Sawyer Olson being aggressive there. He gets a 3 RBI double out of the deal. Hard hit ball there as it's a bases clearing double from Sawyer Olson, but he saw the throw go home and is going to be caught on a 2-5 putout for the second out. So a big 3 RBI connection there off the bat of Sawyer Olson, and that'll bring up Jager Jordheim. Vikings haven't gotten a lot of strikes to swing at. Cam Kittleson got one, and Lidgerwood was able to throw him out on a 4-3 putout. Sawyer Olson got one there, and he hit that hard down the third base line. Stand-up double, scoring 3. Here's a ball taken inside. Jager Jordheim working on a 2-1 count. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Hosford delivers, this ball popped back. Can Anderson get back there to catch it? He cannot because it's out of play. So it'll even up the count. Vikings lead early here, 3-0. All 3 runs scored off the bat of Sawyer Olson. Swing and a miss by Jordheim, and that will end things here in the bottom half of the first inning. The Vikings get 3 runs on 1 hit. There were no Lidgerwood errors and nobody left on base. After 1 complete, Vikings lead 3-0.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Pizza time up in the press box for all the people that are 7 years old and younger.
Icewind Pizza.
Icewind Pizza, Icewind Brewery time coming up. Wendy, June 21st is the big Kindred Youth Baseball night at Icewind Brewery.
22nd.
Is it 22nd?
Yep,
Yeah,
Monday.
it's Monday. Yep,
Monday.
Coming up in 3 days. More on that to come here in just a second as Jet Johnson throws a strike to Cole Fowler. He'll be followed by Coulter Gockler and Jace Kahodik. Here's the pitch number 2 of the inning, and that's a strike. It's quickly 0-2 to Cole Fowler. Icewind Brewery has made Kindred Youth Baseball their charity of the month, and if you go there at any time throughout the month of June, you can round up your tab. All those roundups will be given to Kindred Youth Baseball Association. My wife and I made a stop there and rounded up for Kindred Youth Baseball as this ball is chopped over to Beckett Westby at second, and it's going to be a 4-3 put out. The other big exciting thing with being the charity of the month at Icewind Brewery is that they have an event on Monday, June 22nd. Go in there and you can get a pint, and $1 for every pint will go to Kindred Youth Baseball. $2 from every 4-pack will go to Kindred Youth Baseball. So mark that on your calendars. Good excuse to support both Icewind Brewery and Kindred Youth Baseball while having a great time. This ball is fouled back by Gockler, and it's quickly 0-2. Jet Johnson issued a leadoff walk to Levi Lattisaw and has thrown a lot of strikes since then. He's quickly 0-2. Here's the 0-2 thrown out of the zone. It's a ball. Nice crowd trickling in here in Kindred. The grandstand is quite full. A lot of people excited for some Friday night baseball here in Kindred. That ball is hit to Johnson. He bobbles but handles it very nicely. No panic there, as Jet Johnson does a really good job of picking it up and throwing it over to Everett Anderson, beating Gockler by about half a step as Coulter Gockler was hustling down the line very nicely. Here's Jace Kahodik in the box now, left-handed batter for Lidgerwood, plays first base and wears number 4. Here's the set and the pitch. Strike on the inside corner. Moves it to 1 ball, 1 strike here with 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss there as Jet Johnson threw a hard fastball by Jace Kahodik, moving the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson sets and delivers. Chopped over to the shortstop, who gathers, throws, and a strike over to Everett Anderson, and it will be a Bristol Swanson to Everett Anderson 6-3 putout. Lidgerwood goes down in order. They get no runs on no hits, leave nobody on base. There were no Viking errors, and the score remains Kindred 3, Lidgerwood 0 after 1.5 inning of play.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com. Order yours today.
And we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Briar Gibbon, Everett Anderson, and Anders Huseman, the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up for the Vikings. Gibbon hitting .250 on the year. Everett Anderson and Anders Huseman yet to get hits on the year. Once again, 7, 8, 9 coming to the plate for the Vikings. Vikings had a good top half of the first inning, took advantage of Houston Hosford not being able to throw strikes effectively. They had 3 walks. And then Sawyer Olson smoked the ball out to left field, scoring all 3 of those runners. Hosford settled in through strikes later in that inning, hoping he can use that momentum to pump some strikes here to the 7, 8, 9 batters. That one not anywhere close. Just a little bit outside as,
A little bit.
who's the guy? Bob Euford?
Euchre.
Euchre, there we go.
Bob Euchre.
Yeah, Bob Euchre would say. Passed away last year, didn't he? Bob Euchre? I think he passed away last year. This one fouled back. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. To Briar Gibbon. Gibbon playing right field. Where's number 20? Once again, hitting .250 on the year.
See the one with all the funny sayings about if you find a fork in the road, take it? Is that?
He has all kinds
Is
of good
that
ones.
him?
I'm sure. Yeah, I would. That ball is hit high and fielded very nicely by catcher Mike Anderson. So Mike Anderson retires Briar Gibbon. Yeah, he had all kinds of fun ones, fun-loving play-by-play guy. Did a great job of explaining the game and providing some good humor along the lines there. Everett Anderson, 0 for 11 on the year, looking for his first hit, hitting in the 8-hole. Plays first base, wears number 22. Hosford throws a strike, outside part of the plate, moves the count to 0-1. With 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Nice play there by Mike Anderson. That ball's taken outside. Ball was hit high into the air, and there is about a 15 to 20 mile an hour wind that he had to just come up a little ways to get. Caught it nicely, getting the first out for Lidgerwood. Always nice to get the leadoff guy out. As Everett Anderson hoping to stop the trend. Ball 3 by Hosford.
Yogi Berra, that's who I was thinking of.
Oh, Yogi Berra, yeah. He's the
yep.
catcher that had to.
I got my
90% of the game of baseball is mental and the other half is physical.
That's the gentleman I
Yeah.
was thinking of.
Yogi Berra. Good to bring up Yogi Berra after Mike Anderson made a nice catch as a catcher there. Yeah, Yogi Berra had a lot of good one-liners.
Yeah, I hear a lot of those in my house from time to time.
Yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes here. Just a little outside as Everett Anderson going to get a walk. A 1-out walk here. He made every baseball player sound very smart. The opposite of that, actually. His one-liners indicated that he was a catcher that maybe got hit in the head a few too many times. But he provided a lot of good humor as well. That pitch is taken as a strike here to Anders Huseman. Anders Huseman also looking for his first hit of the year. 0 for 7 on the year. As Anderson takes off for second, it's fouled back. So Anderson going to have to come back to first base. And Huseman has an 0-2 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the second inning with the Vikings leading 3-0. Houston Hosford checks in, agrees with Mike Anderson. Everett Anderson stays put, and that ball outside to Anders Huseman. Anders Huseman, the 9-hitter. Bristol Swanson waits on deck, and Cam Kittleson is in the hole. Anderson stays put, swing and a miss, as that's going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number strikeout number 2 for Houston Hosford. And out number 2 brings up Bristol Swanson. Here's the kick as Anderson takes off for first, called strike, and the throw's not going to be there in time. Anderson with a nifty slide there at second. Going to be a man in scoring position for Bristol Swanson. It was called a strike, so we've got 0 balls, 1 strike here. Everett Anderson at second. Here's the kick and the pitch. Ball taken up high. Bristol Swanson now with 8 stolen bases on the year, leading the team, tied with Cam Kittleson. He walked and scored in the first. Stole second. This one's chopped over to the left side, through the hole. That's going to score Everett Anderson, and Bristol Swanson going to take advantage of a throw home, and he's going to very smartly roll into second base. So Everett Anderson proves that stealing second was a big deal, as the base hit from Bristol Swanson drives him in. It's a 2-out RBI single that Bristol Swanson then takes second with after the throw goes from Cole Fowler all the way to Mike Anderson. So they trades places, Anderson and Swanson do. And Cam Kittleson going to try and do the same thing, adding to this 4-0 lead. 1-0. Runner takes off for third, and Bristol Swanson, he's out at third. Bristol Swanson tries to take third, and a very good throw by Mike Anderson over to Silas Stenvold for the third out at third, breaking the rules over there. Nice job by Anderson throwing on to Stenvold. And that'll end things here. The Vikings get 1 run on 1 hit, leave nobody on base, and after 2 complete, it's 4-0.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Hello, Babe Ruth fans. Welcome back to Kindred, North Dakota. Josh Almaris alongside Wendy Bernier.
Hello.
As we are getting geared up for inning number 3, the front end of a league doubleheader. Lidgerwood coming to town with a 5-4 record. The Vikings 4-2. Some District 7 league games underway here in Kindred. Lidgerwood coming to bat here in the top of the third. They'll send their 8-9-1 hitters, Houston Hosford, Cash Crump, and Levi Lattisaw. Nitty-gritty dirt band filling the airwaves. Beautiful night in Kindred. Some fun summer weather, some reprieve from the heat and humidity as the temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s. Some people with jackets on in the full stands. Stands are very well attended right now, as it's almost a full grandstand. And you got golf cart row. There's a good 3 or 4 golf carts. Heck, there's a vehicle out there. I have never seen a vehicle in golf cart row. a van. There's a
Yeah,
van.
yeah.
I mean, a golf cart is a vehicle, so
Yep.
I should clarify
Yep.
that there's like 4 golf carts and a van. And
a Ford.
the courageousness to park your van there as the 1-1 pitch is hit out to Beckett Westby. It'll be a fly out, F4. Courageous in the sense that that is a broken windshield waiting to happen over there. You got a foul ball city over there, and in any case, hopefully they're enjoying the game. Maybe even listening to us on your live event.
Maybe they'll spring into action if they see one headed that way and save the windshield.
Yep, or they let the people around them know to get ready to save the van. As Jet Johnson throws a beautiful pitch there in the low inner part of the plate, it moves the count to 0 balls and 2 strikes. Cash Crump up to bat, right fielder. Where's number 11? Swing and a miss as he chased, and Jet Johnson, going to pick up his 3rd strikeout here of the game. That'll bring up Levi Lattisaw. He's the only base runner that Lidgerwood has had. He's the shortstop. Where's number 23? He walked and then stole second, and that's as far as he got. This one chopped. Going to be a tough play for Cam Kittleson. The spin was all over the place, and Kittleson could not pick it up. It was a cue ball niftiness that spun away from Cam Kittleson, and I think we'd have to call that an error. Yeah, error. Dan agrees. E2 puts Lattisaw on the base for the second time. This ball hit up the middle. Bristol Swanson there. He flips over to Beckett Westby, and that'll be it here in the top half of the 3rd as the Lidgerwood Babe Ruth squad gets no runs on no hits. They leave 1 on base, and there was 1 Kindred Viking error after 2.5 complete. It's the Vikings 4 and Lidgerwood 0.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hey fans, we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be 2-3-4 for the Kindred Vikings. Cam Kittleson, Jet Johnson, and Beckett Westby step into the plate as Dominic Spooner taking the warm-up pitches from Jet Johnson. Excuse me, not true at all. That's Houston Hosford. Dominic Spooner, a Central Cass graduate. My favorite person from Castleton, I think, is Dominic Spooner. He is a fun guy. He's he was a one heck of a ball player, I'll say that. Graduated in 2016. He came back for his super senior year in 2017 at Central Cass. That was my first year as a head Legion baseball coach. And I love Dominic Spooner, but I was very happy to see him be done with baseball because we played Castleton that year in 2017. Guess how many times we played him, Wendy, in 2017?
4, 5,
7 times. 7 times.
7.
We split with them in Castleton, and then they came here. Castleton, we beat them. The Vikings beat Castleton 2 times here. Then we made it to the region championship and had to get double dipped. Castleton did that. They beat us in the region championship, and then we got the last laugh and beat them at state. But every single one of those games, as Cam Kittleson takes a strike, every single one of those games was a 1 or 2 run game. 2 of them went into extra innings. One of them, it was 9 innings, and at state we went 11 innings against Dominic Spooner and his crew. This ball hit high and deep out to left field. Cam Kittleson off to the races, and he's got speed. That's at least a triple. I would bet he might even be rounding for home. Nope, he's not going to do that, as a good relay by Lidgerwood. Cole Fowler did a nice job of hustling after that ball and getting it into Levi Lattisaw, as Cam Kittleson now has 2 triples on the year. That was a stand-up triple all the way to the fence in left field, and a big hit by Cam Kittleson, who's now 1 for 2 on the day. His second triple of the year. That brings up Jet Johnson. He's hitting .389, leads the team in hits with 7. He takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0 balls, 1 strike. Jet Johnson walked and stole second, then scored in the first. He's looking to drive in Cam Kittleson as Hosford kicks and delivers. This ball taken inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. But Dominic Spooner and Nick Eggman were 2 featured players in every one of those Central Cass Kindred games back in 2017. That is Coach Eggman on cue making a nice play. Dominic Spooner here in Kindred hit a ball in the game that we ended up winning to right field. Matt Fryer was playing right field. Here's a pitch. You guys last year had Matt Fryer on the air, Wendy, you and Mike, in the championship night where we celebrated 14, 15, True. 19 championships. But Matt Fryer went 3 balls, 2 strikes here for that ball to right field that Dominic Spooner absolutely annihilated. And it is a miracle that Matt Fryer caught the ball and did not break a bone, as this ball goes by the catcher, and Cam Kittleson going to come across safely. He scores. Jet Johnson walks for the second time and is going to get a courtesy runner this time. But Matt Fryer went flying into right field, caught it, smoked the fence, laid there for a little bit. Evan Olshager going to be the courtesy runner, and thankfully he was both okay and recorded the out. If you're a Viking fan, Dom Spooner was not excited about that. So then in the region championship, he faced Coach Eggman and hit a ball over the scoreboard in Wahpeton. Yeah, wow. I think it just landed like a couple of minutes ago. He did remind us in our pregame talk that he still has that ball that he smoked off Eggy in his classroom, as he should. He hit that ball very hard. And then, speaking of Coach Eggman, then a very memorable moment at state when Castleton and Kindred played for the 7th time in 2017. This is a ball taken by Beckett Westby. Moves the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Coach Eggman, there's a double play ball that was hit to him at state. Hit to the shortstop. There's a runner on second. This ball's hit high in the air. Mike Anderson made a nice catch earlier, and he does it again as Beckett Westby is going to be retired. And that'll bring up Sawyer Olson. It's out number 1. Sawyer Olson has the biggest hit of the game so far, a 3 RBI double back in the first. It was in extra innings. Castleton led off with a double. Then the Vikings got an out, intentionally walked Yonke, and then a ball was hit to the shortstop, as here Olshager takes off for second. It's a foul ball, so he's going to have to come back. Vikings turned a successful out at second, but did not get the runner at first. And Coach Eggman heads up play through home as the runner from second was trying to advance all the way home. And it was a bang-bang play that they got the Castleton guy out. Vikings went on to score 2 more and won that game in 11 innings. So it was a memorable year of battles between Dominic Spooner's Squirrels and Eggman's Vikings. Runner takes off. It's Olshager going into second safely.
Yeah, that is a really cool thing about, the boys just this past season made it to state too, and they're talking about the games and replaying it in their heads, and just to think that they're going to be telling those stories, X amount of years later too. That's just a really cool thing about this sport and about those that love the game, is that you're remembering it from years ago, and our boys will be remembering their stories that they just finished up and are in the middle of making.
Yeah, and it's fun to see those same boys then come back and teach and coach future generations like both their Dominic Spooner and Nicholas Eggman have done. Many of those guys are doing that now too. The very memorable matchups this year with Central Cass. That was a strikeout, by the way. Sawyer Olson swings and misses. Hosford picks up his third strikeout. Many of those Kindred and Castleton players going to remember some epic battles throughout the 2026 high school spring season.
Well, and even Wahpeton too. I'm sure Coach Mason Elmaris down there. I'm sure he has some good memories about meeting the Wahpeton players too. We've had some rounds with them too. Good competition, fun times.
No doubt about it. Baseball provides a lot of great memories, some heartbreak for sure, and brings people together. Dominic Spooner, a fun guy to visit with, is a 1-ball, 1-strike pitch to Jordheim taken outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jagger Jordheim hitting .417 coming into tonight. He did strike out in the first. Now has a 2-1 count. Thrown inside, moves it to 3-1. He's the 6 hitter. Had 4 RBIs coming into this game as well, and looking to pick up his 5th if he can drive Jet Johnson home from third. Here's the pitch. This ball is punched out to right field. That's going to land in front of the right fielder, and there is Jagger Jordheim's first hit of the game, his 5th RBI of the season. Nice job there by Jagger Jordheim of just a simple swing inside. Gets to second base. What happened there? I put my head down.
I think the throw to the catcher had to run toward the dugout to grab it.
Throw coming in from the right fielder must have been errant, so that's going to move Jagger Jordheim into second base on an error by the right fielder. So Jordheim on second now with Briar Gibbon up to bat. There's an RBI single for Jordheim. 2 runs in on this inning for the Vikings on 2 hits. 1 Lidgerwood error so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one swung and fouled back. Briar Gibbon goes to 1-1. Gibbon plays right field. Flew out to the catcher in the second inning. Batting here now in the third inning as Hosford sets, checks the runner, and delivers. Ball taken up high. Moves the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Lidgerwood does have just the 1 error today. The runner goes for third, and Jagger Jordheim safely in at third, and the throw goes out into left field, so he's going to advance home. Jagger Jordheim, nice sequence for him as he sends a ball out to right field on an RBI single with 2 outs, scoring Jet Johnson, technically Evan Olshager. Then he advances to second on an errant throw, steals third, and now comes home on another errant throw. And that's the 3rd run for the Vikings this inning, making it 7-0. Going to be a talk here by assistant coach Dylan Fowler with his boys. Well, we slip away for 30 seconds there, Wendy, and come on back with more 3rd inning action.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
All right, fans, welcome back into Kindred. Just reminiscing some more. Dan Nathan was the assistant coach with me for the Vikings that year. Park River went on to win the state championship. They had a solid squad. Jackson Hankey, one of their main guys here, as Briar Gibbon draws a 2-out walk.
2017, you're saying?
Yep, 2017. The state tournament was in Grand Forks, and Hal Hoyme was our host guy. He was super fan. He was the Joni of our super fan. He's since passed away since then. And Hal Jordan. Yeah, Hal Jordan. He was related to the Hoymies. I remember Brandon Hoymie missed a game because they went on a trip, and he came to it, and I said, Hal, Brandon's not here. And he said, I can't believe they would take a trip in the middle of the baseball season. And he said, I'm not here to watch Brandon. I'm here to watch the Kindred Vikings pick up a win. He was a fun host to have down in Grand Forks as the 1-0 pitch comes. Hit high out to the air. Everett Anderson skies that one to the left fielder, and he's going to get his first hit of the season. Briar Gibbon trying to advance the third. He's going to be safe there. And Everett Anderson with his first hit of the season, a high fly ball into left field. Gibbon running hard on that play and advances to third. That'll bring up Anders Huseman. Anders Huseman, center fielder. Where's number 1? Struck out in the second. He's going to try and do what Everett Anderson just did and get his first hit of the early parts of the year. Anderson takes off for second. No throw. He'll successfully steal second. And Anders Huseman has 2 ducks on the pond here in the bottom of the third inning with a 7-0 lead. Ball taken up. And more Dan Nathan fun trivia is that Dominic Spooner's dad was his JV basketball coach in Wyndmere. How about that for some?
You're a wealth of knowledge
I know,
and
right?
memories. Yeah.
Digging deep into the well for the fun facts here. Yeah, Dominic Spooner's dad lived in Wyndmere, and now Dominic Spooner lives right across from the school in Wyndmere. Saves on that gas bill, just having to walk across the street every morning to work. Anders Huseman going to be beamed in the back there. That'll load up the bases and bring up Bristol Swanson. Swanson will come to the plate 1 for 1 with a run and an RBI. He's got Huseman on first, Anderson on second, Gibbon on third. Houston Hosford trying to work out of a jam here. He throws a strike right down Broadway. It'll be no balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded. Lidgerwood trying to get out of the jam here. That ball's taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swanson leads the team with 8 stolen bases. Was hitting .333 before today. Takes a ball here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nowhere to put him. So Hosford's got to collect himself and throw a strike. Gets his sign, checks the runners, kicks and delivers. This is a ball to the backstop, and in comes Briar Gibbon, sliding over home plate safely. Gibbon going to score. Everett Anderson moves to third. Huseman moves to second. And Bristol bats with a 3-1 count. I know Mike would have a strong opinion of this, Wendy. I'll ask you in a second. As this ball's hit to the shortstop, who bobbles it, and I think that's going to have to be an infield hit, we'll call that. The ball gets away from the first baseman, and Bristol Swanson then moves on to second. So 2 runs are going to score. I'm going to give Bristol an RBI single, and then he's going to move to second on the errant throw by the shortstop. That's also going to bring in another runner. So Ladisa had to move into the hole and had a tough throw to make across the diamond, as the Vikings should be leading 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-0. Score should be 10-0 when the scorekeeper gets her pretty hands on that scoreboard to fix it.
She got it.
Yep. 2 balls, no strikes to Cam here. I was going to ask you, Wendy, when does it become batting around? When the 9th hitter hits or the 10th hitter hits? You don't care.
No,
Your look says
I'll take
enough.
an educated guess. I would guess 10.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, yes.
You've already done one.
Now
So
the
you're batting
Vikings have
around.
officially batted around with Cam Kittleson coming to the plate for the second time in the inning. But Bristol Swanson was the 9th batter, And I don't think that is batting around. I'm sure Mike would have a strong opinion
I'm sure
on that,
he
right?
would. And that's why I don't want to get it wrong, because
Yeah.
I'm going to get a whole educational seminar afterwards if I don't. So, it's okay.
Speaking of educational seminar, Dominic Spooner is going to come out and have a chat with his team. He's going to have to make a change because this is the second visit of the inning. So we'll step away for about 90 seconds. And when we come back, we'll see what Lidgerwood does with their positional changes. Vikings leading 10-0. Come on back.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Hey fans, welcome back in. A few positional changes for Lidgerwood. It's going to be a straight switch here as Houston Hosford going to go to first base, and first baseman number 4, Jace Kahodik, is going to come to the mound. Hosford's day is going to end after 2 2/3 inning of work. He gave up 5 hits, 10 runs, but is responsible for the 2 runners on right now. He struck out 3. Strikes were a little bit of a challenge for Hosford. He walked 7 and hit 1 batter. And the Vikings took advantage of those free rides. There were a couple of also errors on Lidgerwood's part. Once again, Hosford day ends, and now Jace Kahodik begins his line on the mound. He will face Jet Johnson. Johnson 0 for 0. He's walked twice, stolen 2 bases, and scored both times. So Jet Johnson up to bat. Technically, Evan Olshager scored the second run as that ball's taken in the dirt. We got a new batter. Check that. Up to bat is this. I didn't catch a number, and I don't recognize the young man. Do you know who this is, Wendy? Dan? Samantha? There we go.
25.
25. It is Jet, yes. So I have no idea what I'm talking about. Jet Johnson up to bat. 2 balls, no strikes. Runner on first, runner on second. This ball's hit high and deep out to left field on the line. Left fielder is going to turn his back and run after that one as Cole Fowler picks it up. Here comes a runner in from third. And Jet Johnson, there's nobody at third, and he wisely takes that. The ball is thrown beyond the mound, but first baseman is there. So that's going to be a triple off the bat of Jet Johnson. It's going to be a 2 RBI triple from Jet Johnson. Bristol Swanson scored easily from second, and Cam Kittleson and his speed ran all the way around from first, no problem. Beckett Westby now batting. Beckett Westby with a run after a walk in the first, and he flew out to the catcher, Mike Anderson, in the third. It's now 12-0. Vikings lead Lidgerwood. Westby takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jace Kahodik on the mound. He's only faced 1 batter on to batter number 2. Needs an out to end things here in the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch, swung on and chopped over to the shortstop. Ladisa makes the play, but it's going to be an infield hit as he cannot get the speedy Beckett Westby. Westby going to pick up an RBI. And as Jet Johnson comes in, Sawyer Olson now going to bat. Sawyer Olson had a double in the first. That scored 3, a bases clearing double. Pinch running for Beckett Westby will be Jaden Rude, number 17. Jaden Rude, or as you know him, if you're from Kindred, Dingo. One of the more interesting nicknames I've heard, Dingo. How do you get Dingo out of Jaden Rude?
You know, I've been told the story of the origin, but I can't recall it at the moment.
I'm in the same exact boat as you, Wendy. Yep. I know there is a story.
Yep.
On Dingo Rude.
Well, and when I make the posters too, I double check with his mom to be sure if that's what they want on the posters. And yep, that is indeed what they put on his he's a wrestler, and they'll put on his posters and his locker posters and the ones for the garage to hang up.
2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here with Dingo Rude on first and Sawyer Olson at the plate. You do great work, Wendy. The boys certainly appreciate all those fanfare items. The pitch count, on our scoreboard here in Kindred is an interesting one as this ball's thrown, ball 4, beyond the catcher. Dingo Rude going to go to second. Sawyer Olson going to draw a walk. That'll bring up Jagger Jordheim. You have to individually click negative, 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 negative on every pitch. So if you threw 85 pitches, then you got to click the negative button 85 times. It's Dan Nathan's favorite thing to do. 100. Oh, you got to do it 2 times. Oh, open it and then go negative.
There's a double step.
And that was a strike, I think. It should be 0-2, I believe. No balls, 2 strikes here to Jagger Jordheim. Jordheim did strike out in the first and then got a base hit and a single in the third. Here's the pitch. That hits him. And he's going to run down to first base as he's kind of bailed out there on an inside pitch on an 0-2 count. Jagger Jordheim happy to take that HBP. And the bases are juiced again for the Vikings. Jordheim on first, Olson on second, Beckett Westby on third. Briar Gibbon hits this out to center field. Center fielder has a beat on it, and he catches that. Colston Frecking, nice job out in center. And that ends things here in the long bottom half of the third inning. 9 runs the Vikings put up. We have a new score after 3 complete. It's the Vikings 13 and Lidgerwood 0.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Hey fans, welcome in. Beautiful night here in Kindred. Gorgeous night. Mid to upper 60s. Breeze dying down a little bit. And the Kindred Vikings are leading Lidgerwood 13-0 in a District 7 matchup. It's a front end of a doubleheader. We'll have the next game to follow as well. Before we end things with the first game, we will give away some awards, the Enbridge Player of the Game, the HTC Connection of the Game, and the Precision Play of the Game. 3 fun awards we hope you stick around and hear about. As Lidgerwood bats in the fourth, they'll send 3-4-5. Colston, Frecking, Silas Stenvold, and Cole Fowler to the plate. There's a ball.
It wasn't always this nice today, though. I got hailed on. I was in Fargo earlier today in little marble-size hailstorm for about, 2 or 3 minutes.
Hail in Fargo.
There was, yeah.
Rain, heavy rain in Horace. And in Kindred, it was a light mist for about 4 minutes. And then right as Lidgerwood was taking the infield, a decent rain that lasted maybe 7 minutes.
Maybe.
And that's it.
Yeah. A variety of weather in the area today.
Correct. 2 balls, 1 strike, swung on, and a nice play by Jet Johnson to jump and snare that one out of the air as Colston Frecking going to be retired on the 1-3 putout. Jet Johnson throwing on to Everett Anderson. That'll bring up Silas Stenvold. He struck out in the first, 0 for 1 on the day. He's the 4-hitter, the cleanup man. Where's number 17? Hits this to the right side to Everett Anderson. Everett Anderson runs after it, tells Jet Johnson to get back on the mound and touches first base. Be a 3U put out. Bringing up the 5-hitter, left fielder, number 1, Cole Fowler. Jet Johnson came into today with just 1 inning pitched. Struck out everybody he faced. No hits, no walks, and he's been very smooth in this game. He faces Cole Fowler, who grounded out to second baseman Beckett Westby. Back in the second, he's 0 for 1 on an 0-1 count. Ball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. This will be pitch number 45 for Jet Johnson. It's swung on and chopped. Tough play for Johnson. He moves over to his right, gathers the ball and his feet, and throws over to Everett Anderson for the 1-3 putout. Clean inning for Jet Johnson and the Kindred Vikings. They give up no runs on no hits. There were no Viking errors and nobody left on base. After 3.5 complete, it's the Vikings 13 and Lidgerwood 0.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Kindred Vikings taking on Lidgerwood. Vikings are winning 13-0. Is that an easy fix we can do on the Kings versus Vikings?
Oh.
We'll work on that.
Yeah, it's different than what we had earlier.
So the Kindred Vikings are leading Lidgerwood 13-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Vikings will send 8-9 top of the order, 8-9-1 guys, Everett Anderson, Anders Huseman, and Bristol Swanson to the plate. A ball taken by Everett Anderson. Anderson walked and scored in the second and got a hit and scored in the third. On each of those times on the base pass, he stole second base. So he's got 2 runs, 2 stolen bases, a walk and a hit. As that ball's taken low, it's 3 balls and no strikes. Jace Kahodik on the mound for Lidgerwood. This ball 3-0 hit to the third baseman, just out of his reach, and Everett Anderson going to reach first base on a single there. He's now 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Nice day from the 8-hitter Everett Anderson. That'll bring up Anders Huseman. Huseman struck out in the second, was hit by a pitch and scored in the third. Nope, Oliver Stroh, check that. Oliver Stroh going to be pinch hitting here for Anders Huseman. Oliver Stroh wears number 6. The lefty kicks and delivers to Oliver Stroh, who snares that out to right center field, and it's going to fall for at least a single. Oliver Stroh going to go for second, no problem there, and Everett Anderson going to go to third. Balls came into the infield, and it's going to be gathered eventually by Silas Stenvold. So Oliver Stroh with a pinch hit double, moving Everett Anderson over to third. And now the leadoff hitter, Bristol Swanson's going to bat. This ball's hit out to left field. That's going to be a single in front of the left fielder. Oliver Stroh is going to be sent and waved around shortly behind Everett Anderson, and he slides very, on a close play, safely into home. So a 2 RBI single off the bat of Bristol Swanson. Everett Anderson scores easily. Oliver Stroh hustling around second. And that'll end things here in the first half of our doubleheader. So it is a 2 RBI game-ending single off the bat of Bristol Swanson. The Kindred Vikings are victorious over Lidgerwood by a score of 15-0. We're going to step away, and when we come back, we will have a couple of awards to break down, and we'll chat quickly about this game before we get set up for the second half of the doubleheader. Come on back.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back. Front half of the doubleheader sees the Kindred Vikings win 15-0. That improves their record to 5-2, while Lidgerwood drops to 500. They are now 5-5. Once again, Vikings win 15-0. We're going to talk about our player of the game first, sponsored by Enbridge. Life takes energy. Enbridge is energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities is the place to visit. Once again, Enbridge is our sponsor for player of the game. A few talking points for player of the game. Bristol Swanson certainly comes up. He was 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs and 2 runs scored. A great job from Bristol Swanson. However, that is not going to be the player of the game. The player of the game is going to be Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson is the Enbridge player of the game. He was 1 for 1 at the plate with 3 runs scored. He walked twice. He had 2 RBIs. He had a triple. And that just breaks the surface because one of the big things Jet Johnson did was chuck the ball, and he did a very good job of that. He threw 4 innings complete, giving up no hits. It was a no-hitter from Jet Johnson. Congratulations to Jet Johnson on pitching the no-hitter. He struck out 3 Lidgerwood batters and continues to have a good start to the season on the bump as Jet Johnson once again throws a 4-inning complete game, no run, no hitter. He is the Enbridge player of the game. Once again, add to that phenomenal job on the mound the fact that he was 1 for 1 with 2 walks, 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs, and a big triple. Jet Johnson, the Enbridge player of the game. Going to combine the connection of the game sponsored by Halstead Telephone Company. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. Visit halsteadtell.com for more information. The connection of the game, sponsored by Halstead, and the precision play of the game, sponsored by Agassiz Precision Ag. Agassiz Precision Ag is your local precision planting dealer. Visit Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro online at planterdoc.com or call them at 436-2119. The Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game, the HTC connection of the game, is going to be off the bat of Sawyer Olson in the first inning. Vikings had the bases loaded with one out. Sawyer Olson came to the plate. It was a 0-0 game, and he smoked a double down the left field line. It scored Beckett Westby, Jet Johnson, and Bristol Swanson. That is going to be, once again, our HTC connection of the game and Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game. Sawyer Olson, his 3 RBI double in the first inning got the Vikings rolling, and from there they never really looked back. So congratulations to the Vikings. They are victorious 15-0. Congratulations to Jet Johnson on being the Enbridge player of the game, pitching a no-hitter and having a great day at the plate. And congratulations to Sawyer Olson for the HTC connection of the game and Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another game coming your way. It's another District 7 league game. In about 15, maybe 20 minutes, we'll be back on the air with starting lineups and opening pitch for game number 2. Time of the first game, I'd like to add that, was 1 hour and 11 minutes. It is 1 hour and 11 minutes for game number 1. We'll see you back at about 6:30 for game number 2.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins and the fun never ends.
The world of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the big air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins, the fun never ends.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back into Kindred, where we are gearing up for the back half of the doubleheader here. The Lidgerwood Babe Ruth squad is coming to town, or is in town, in the second game of the doubleheader to take on the Kindred Vikings. Because this is a double league counter, Lidgerwood will be the home team in this second game. So Kindred is where we're playing, but Kindred will be the visitors on the scoreboard, once again taking on Lidgerwood. Thanks for tuning in. Josh Omaris alongside Mike Bernier. Mike, you came in for game 2 here. How's your day today, Mike? Was it a good day?
Good day, good day. A little bit busy and not busy at the same time, and I did get myself involved in a hailstorm about halfway through the shift, so that was a little interesting, but made her through.
Yeah, Wendy and I were talking about that on the earlier broadcast, that there was heavy rain in Horace, hail in Fargo, and Kindred minimal to nothing as far as rain goes. So we were fortunate. Mother Nature looked down on Kindred and said there's baseball to be played, and I'm not going to mess with it. Fun times. On the front end of the doubleheader, the Vikings were victorious 15-0. In game 2, this is how Lidgerwood will work their defense. First base is Houston Hosford. Second is Coulter Gockler. Third base is, I'm not sure who's at third base. Cole Fowler, it looks like. Number 23. Nope. Levi Ladisa. And then Cole Fowler's at shortstop. Left field is Jace Kahodik. Center field, Colston Frecking. In right field is Corbin Bonenstengel. First pitch is across for a strike. And the time of that pitch is 6:33. First game, I'm gonna recalibrate what I said. The first game was 1 hour and 6 minutes. This one, 6:33, opening pitch at 65 degrees with winds of 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the north-northwest. Catching for Lidgerwood is Silas Stenvold, and pitching is number 8, Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson, a righty. He gets his sign and now sets the 2-1 to Bristol Swanson. That's a ball that hit Bristol Swanson, and Swanson on base with a leadoff hit by pitch. So Mike Anderson faces one batter and hits him. That's Bristol Swanson, who'll be on first. Bristol Swanson has, right now, I believe, 8 stolen bases on the season. He was caught stealing in the first game, but look for him to run quickly here. Cam Kittleson up to bat. Swanson off. Not only is he running quick, but he quickly gets second base by wasting no time. First pitch stolen base. He now leads the team with 9 stolen bases. Cam Kittleson batting .286 on the year. He had a triple in the last game, scored twice, also walked, and was put out on a 4-3 put out. There's a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Vikings will go as follows for their lineup. Bristol Swanson, leadoff man. He's on second. Cam Kittleson's up to bat. Then Jet Johnson, Beckett Westby, and Sawyer Olson as the 1-1 pitch is coming here. Strike taken in the inside corner of the plate. After Sawyer Olson, the 5-hitter will be Evan Olshager, then Briar Gibbon, Ben Sanders, and Anders Huseman. Few newbies into the lineup for the Vikings, whereas strike 3, swing and a miss there from Cam Kittleson, whereas Lidgerwood is very similar in both their lineup and positioning compared to the first game. Once again, the Vikings won that first game 15-0. Just one change, and that's Cash Crump not in the lineup for Lidgerwood. The 1 ball and no strikes to the third hitter, Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson was the Enbridge player of the game in the previous game. He was the pitcher that threw the no-hitter, and he had a very good offensive performance as well. 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, a triple. 3 runs scored. He reached every time and scored every time. That's a good day at the office. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out as Anderson throws to Stenvold, a ball. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Mike Anderson was the catcher in the first game. Did a really nice job behind the plate. Caught some tough balls. Did a nice job blocking as well. So it's Anderson versus Johnson. Is that a North Dakota name, Mike, or is it an everywhere name? Anderson, Johnson.
I think that's kind of an everywhere name.
Everywhere? A United States of America name?
Yeah, you see it everywhere.
3 balls, 1 strike here. Swing and a miss by Jet Johnson. Speaking of the U.S., they win their World Cup game today, 2-0, and now advance on to knockout round. 2 o'clock soccer match that the U.S. of A. won 2-0. Jet Johnson wins that battle by walking. That'll be a man on first in Jet Johnson, and on second in Bristol Swanson. And Beckett Westby, the 4-hitter playing position 4, wearing number 4, comes to the plate. Westby, going into today, had led the team with a .455 batting average and a .600 on-base percent. He was then 1 for 2 in that previous game, so he somehow found a way to improve his .455 impressive batting average. He now takes a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Westby will be followed by Sawyer Olson and then Evan Olshager. Olshager going to be doing the pitching for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. It hit him. Nope, it did not. He fooled me on that. I thought it nicked him, put his bat down, but he didn't even turn and say it hit him. So he wants to hit or it didn't hit him. Here's the 2-1. That one hit him. And that'll load up the bases here as Jet Johnson's going to go to second. Bristol Swanson's going to go to third. And Beckett Westby, hit by pitch, heads to first. Batting now will be Sawyer Olson in a similar position as he was in Game 1. He ended up with the connection of the game and the play of the game, sponsored by both Agassi Precision Ag and HTC, Halstead Telephone Company. He came up in the first game with the bases loaded and 1 out and had a 3 RBI double. Almost identical situation here, as it was Cam Kittleson who got out, and the runners are the same. Bristol on third, Jet on second, Beckett on first, Sawyer up to bat. 1 ball, 1 strike early on in this game. Anderson sets and delivers. Strike taken on the outer part of the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
5th batter coming to the plate, batting right now, and there hasn't been a ball put in play yet.
That's correct. 2 hit by pitches and a walk. This one's stroked out to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to throw to second. And not sliding at second base was Beckett Westby. Had he slid, I think that he could have probably, at least would have been a bang-bang play, but Westby decides not to slide, and it's going to be a 6-4 putout as Fowler throws on to Gockler. It's going to be an RBI for Sawyer, as Olson is able to hit in Bristol Swanson. Olson steals second base, no throw, and Jet Johnson's going to stay on third. So Evan Olshager, the pitcher, wears number 19 with ducks on the pond. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Once again, the Vikings are the visitors in this game. Olshager swings and misses. That'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. As Mike just said, that was the only ball that was put in play this half inning for the Vikings. Here's the pitch. Strike taken, nice location there by Anderson on the outer lower part of the strike zone. Olshager up, Briar Gibbon on deck. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 men on. Anderson checks the runners and delivers. Ball taken high. Stylus Stenvold had to come out of his crouch. And here's the 2 ball, 2 strike, 2 out pitch. Anderson just a little bit low, bangs off the shins of Stenvold, as if it wouldn't have, Jet Johnson would have jetted on home. Here's the 3-2, kick, delivery, popped up right side. Is there enough room for for the Lidgerwood first baseman. There is not. And Houston Hosford runs to the fence. We talked about this earlier. Golf cart row looking dandy. About 5 golf carts out there, the groomer, and a van. And a van just sitting out there hoping not to have its windshield cracked. Olsager sends this one. Hosford has a beat on it. It's going to be a foul ball, but Houston Hosford catches it, and it'll be an F3 putout as the Vikings will be retired in the top half of the first inning. They get 1 run on no hits. They leave 2 men on base, and after 1/2 inning of play, it's the Vikings 1 and Lidgerwood coming to bat.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred as the Kindred Vikings are on defense right now. We'll do a once around the horn and then we'll look at Lidgerwood's batting order. Starting at the first base is Ben Sanders. Beckett Westby at second, Sawyer Olson at third, and shortstop Bristol Swanson. Out in the outfield from left to right, Jet Johnson, Anders Huseman, and Cam Kittleson. Catching for the Vikings will be Briar Gibbon, and on the mound, Evan Olschlager. Evan Olschlager has pitched 8 innings for the Vikings this year. He does have a victory. He's given up 6 hits in those 8 innings and 3 earned runs. He's only walked 1 guy and hit 1 guy. So a young man that throws a lot of strikes. He has struck out 10 early on in this season. So once again, Evan Olschlager, 8 innings pitched, only 2 freebies, and he is 1-0 on the season. Evan Olschlager, the pitcher, he will face Lidgerwood in this order: Levi Ladisa, then Mike Anderson and Colston Frecking. The cleanup man is Silas Stenvold, then Cole Fowler and Coulter Gockler. Jace Kahodik and Houston Hosford are 7-8, and the 9-hitter is Corbin Bonenstangle. Once again, Lidgerwood is 5-5 on the year. The Vikings 5-2. Vikings were victorious in Game 1. The Vikings also swept Hankinson and Valley City for their 5 wins. They lost to the Blackstockings, Castleton's 15-year-old team, twice, whereas Dominic Spooner and his Lidgerwood squad split with Northern Cass, split with Gwinner, beat Central Cass's 14-year-old team twice, got swept by Valley City, beat Hankinson, and lost to the Vikings, making them 5-5. Olschlager works to Ladisa on an 0-2, throws it in the dirt. It gets by Gibbon, and it's going to go 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Levi Ladisa.
Well, Olschlager comes out and throws strikes. That's what you want to see after his team puts up a run for him.
Levi Ladisa, the only guy that reached base for Lidgerwood in the last game. He reached both times he was up to bat. He walked, leadoff walk to start the game, and then he reached on an error in the third. Here's the 2-2, just a little outside as Gibbon couldn't handle that, and it goes to the backstop. Little life from the Kindred Viking dugout on the 3-2, and it's strike 3. An exciting animated call there by home plate ump John Ethan, yeah. I knew it was one of those two.
Well, it's funny
John
because
Ethan, yeah.
on the way in, I was listening to the first game with you and Wendy, and I heard you struggling with that in the first game.
John Ethan, yep, John Ethan.
So that's the only reason I knew it was John Ethan.
Yep, despite what some called him earlier, Ethan John. John Ethan behind the plate, and Bryce Whipple, Kindred alum and RBI record holder, umpiring on the bases. Mike Anderson, the pitcher, wears number 8, takes a ball inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. But John Ethan, nice animated call for strike 3. I told him he needs to be careful. This ball smoked out to left as it's the first hit for Lidgerwood of the entire night. Jet Johnson threw a no-hitter at Lidgerwood in game 1, and now Mike Anderson on. He'll be followed by Colston Frecking. John Ethan, I said, you got to be careful. You're getting married in 8 days. And I screwed up his fiance's name. It's Sadie, not Maruski. Maraski. I don't know if Dan's just messing with me or not, but in any case, we're looking.
Dan just responded with, I might be screwing you.
Yeah, here's the pitch from Olschlager, an outside ball taken by Colston Frecking. Dan Nathan is a working book of trivial facts, as Sadie student taught next to Dan Nathan. Dominic Spooner, the head coach of Lidgerwood's dad, was the coach of Dan Nathan in his JV basketball years in Lidgerwood. This ball is going to be out to right field and fall in front of Cam Kittleson. Nice hit there by Colston Frecking, and it's back-to-back hits for Lidgerwood. Also, all those memories of playing Castleton's Dominic Spooner. Dan Nathan was the assistant coach of that 2017 Legion team. Vikings ended up 3rd at state. Played Castleton 7 times that year, winning 4 and losing 3. Silas Stenvold bats now. Colston Frecking on first, Mike Anderson on second. Swing and a miss to Stenvold, and it's 0-1 as Olschlager checks second and now delivers. Ball taken, and the runner takes off for third. That ball is thrown by third baseman, and Lidgerwood is going to get on the board for the first time here. So Anderson steals third and reaches home. I'm going to say E2 on that.
That's what I put in Game Changer.
Then we're on the same page here, as Anderson saw Gibbon not able to handle that strike, took off for third, and then Gibbon threw it out to left field, and Anderson kept running. Frecking did stay on second. Here's a high fly ball to Ben Sanders at first, and he catches that one. No problemo. It's the second out of the inning. 1 run across here for Lidgerwood. They've tied the game up in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Cole Fowler. He wears number 1 and plays shortstop. Cole Fowler played left field the last game. Was 0 for 2, grounded out to second and to the pitcher. On second base again is Frecking. Here's a ball taken in the dirt. Nice stop by Gibbon. And it's 1 ball, 0 strikes here in the bottom of the first.
I also heard you and Wendy talking about Coach Dominic Spooner for Lidgerwood, and I have some stories about him.
Yeah. All right. Good. This is a man who is in a lot of stories. That's a sign of a fun guy to be around. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. We'll see if we can get to those stories in this half, or if we're going to wait. 1-1, 2 outs. They got the fade play on, and Frecking was moving down the line, but the throw was just by Evan Olschlager a little bit on the first base side, and Westby wasn't able to collect it and tag Frecking in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll do it again. Olschlager pitches over the head of Fowler. It's going to be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. Coulter Gockler is on deck. That's in the dirt. Skips away from Gibbon, and Gibbon wisely decides not to throw that, as it's going to be a wild pitch that advances Frecking to third. Lidgerwood threatening to get the first lead of the night. Fowler has a 3-1 count. Evan Olschlager only walked 1 guy in 8 innings. Here's a 3-1 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cole Fowler. This will be pitch number 20 from Olschlager. 29 thrown from Anderson. This ball is put into play. Sawyer Olson fields nicely, throws on to Ben Sanders, and it'll be a 5-3 putout. Lidgerwood gets 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 Kindred error and 1 Lidgerwood runner left on. After 1 complete, it's Kindred 1, Lidgerwood 1. Come on back, see what's in store, and listen to Mike Bernier tell a story about Dominic Spooner.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. We go to the top half of the second inning, and the Vikings will bring 7, 8, 9, Briar Gibbon, Ben Sanders, and Anders Huseman to the plate. Mike, let us have it. What do you got? What's the sideline reporting on head coach Dominic Spooner of Lidgerwood?
Well, I'll start with this. When I was driving in, you were talking about how he works at the Lidgerwood schools, I believe, and he lives right across the street from the school.
Yeah,
and
he's a tech instructor there,
yeah.
tech guy there, yeah.
You said he saves a lot of gas money by just having to walk to the school, and I'll beg to differ. I bet if we set up some surveillance, he gets in his car and he drives over to school.
The strike taken and now a ball by Briar Gibbon. So you're banking on the fact that he's driving to school.
Knowing Dominic, yes, absolutely.
Briar Gibbon takes a ball up high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Briar Gibbon hitting .250 coming into tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored in game 1. He is the 7 hitter. Here's the 2-1. This ball hit into shallow left center or left field, and it's going to fall for a hit. So Briar Gibbon picks up a hit as he's able to drop that in front of Jace Kahodik in left field and get on first successfully. Jager Jordheim going to come in and do some courtesy running for the catcher. So courtesy runner Jager Jordheim on first base. Ben Sanders getting his first at-bats of the game here. And you played a little ball with Dominic Spooner, did you not?
Yeah, we coached against each other back in the day, Little League. I believe he was coaching with Castleton,
yep.
and we coached against each other, had some good times, some really good games, and we played baseball. The West Fargo Crows, an amateur baseball team, we played last year down in Lidgerwood together and had a lot of fun.
Jordheim is totally tricked by Anderson's kick there. Was moving back to first, and Ben Sanders takes a ball. It'll be 1 ball, no strikes, as Anderson kicks again. Jager stays, and this ball is going to be slapped out to the shortstop. Nice play by shortstop Cole Fowler to move out and gather that in for an F6 putout. Jager Jordheim stays on first. Once again, he's courtesy running for Gibbon, and that'll bring up Anders Huseman. Huseman hitting in the 9 spot. As Anderson steps behind the rubber, so does not have to throw, and Jordheim gets back without the throw. Here's the kick. Jager stays. Swing and a miss by Anders Huseman.
So I got a kind of a trivia question for you, and I don't know where I stand on this. In Game Changer, there's an option for an attempted pickoff. If he doesn't throw it, is that an attempted pickoff?
Jager Jordheim takes off for second and slides in safely. And that's a stolen base as it was taken for a strike, 0 balls, 2 strikes. No, I would say not. If you step back off the rubber, that would be a reset, and that's something that you see now in majors and college is here's the kick and the delivery, 0-2, and it's taken for a strike as it looked like a very good pitch, and Anders Huseman must have been fooled by it. He's going to get the backwards K as he's caught window shopping. Out number 2, Jordheim stays on second. Bristol Swanson, the leadoff man, up to bat. Here's the first pitch way outside, and Jordheim going to go to third. In college and majors, that's why a lot of times when they step back, they will finish the throw because I think you get 3 picks, but you only get 1 reset. So I don't know those rules exactly, but I've often wondered why when they're picking to second base, you don't have to throw that ball, and they will finish it despite it not even being a close play. That ball is going to be hit out to second base, or it was hit out to second base, and it's going to be an error against Coulter Gockler as he could not handle that bounce. He really ran into a bad bounce there, Coulter did, and the ball ate him up pretty badly, so Coulter Gockler going to be charged for an error. It's going to score Jagger Jordheim, and Bristol's going to reach on that error, bring up Cam Kittleson. Bristol Swanson has 9 stolen bases on the season. One of them came in the first, and they try to pick there. More than likely see Bristol take off for second here. There he goes. And Cam Kittleson takes a strike as Bristol Swanson slides in easily. That's stolen base number 10 on the season for Bristol.
And that's a big error for the Kindred Vikings because the pitcher, Anderson, could have gotten out of that inning. No runs allowed with 10 pitches.
Yeah, and now he's up to pitch 42, and Kittleson's going to hit this, and this is going to be a run-scoring single as Kittleson hits that out to right. Bristol Swanson gets the go, and Kittleson now going to take second base on the throw that goes all the way around. So a nice job there, Bristol Swanson stealing second and getting home. Cam Kittleson with an RBI single, and all these runs now are unearned as, like you said, Mike, Lidgerwood had the opportunity to have a very smooth inning with minimal pitches thrown by Mike Anderson. Instead, the Vikings take advantage, and they've got their 3-hitter up now in Jet Johnson. Johnson walked and was stranded at second in the first inning.
Anderson had the 29 pitches in that first inning, but only allowed the 1 run, and he could have gotten out of that inning, like I said, with only 10 pitches.
Here's pitch 44 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cam Kittleson on second with speed. Base hit will score him, or he may try to swipe third. He stays there, and it's a ball taken high to Jet Johnson. Beckett Westby on deck, then Sawyer Olson in the hole. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the top of the second, Vikings are the visitors. This ball hits Jet Johnson. I'm going to be runners on first and second. I heard a deep grunt there. Was that Jet or was that a teammate? Must have been a teammate from the bench.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit closer than Jet's voice.
Beckett Westby. Cam Kittleson takes off for third. It doesn't matter because the ball is punched back to Mike Anderson, and Mike Anderson throws on to Houston Hosford, and that'll end things here in the top half of the second. But the Vikings do get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were 2 errors by Lidgerwood and 2 men left on base after 1.5 inning of play. Kindred leads Lidgerwood 3-1.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. We're going into the bottom half of the second inning. Lidgerwood coming to the plate with Coulter Gockler, Jace Kahodik, and Houston Hosford, the 6, 7, 8 guys. Corbin Bonenstengel, the 9-hitter. He will hit if one of these guys get on. And Evan Olschlager continues to pitch. He throws that one in the dirt and behind Coulter Gockler. Coulter Gockler playing second base this game. He played second base last game. He only had one plate appearance, grounded out to Jet Johnson on the mound. It was a 1-3 putout. He sees a 2-ball, no strike count here from Evan Olschlager. This will be pitch number 23 for Evan. This is swung on and fouled off of Gibbon. It's 2-1. 47 pitches in the books for Mike Anderson. Evan sets, kicks, and delivers. Swung on and chopped foul. It'll go to 2 balls, 2 strikes. So as you were listening, we talked off air that the batting around piece, Wendy was right in that you have a strong opinion on that. Mike, I've known you for a while, so that's not surprising that you have your opinion on this. This is a ball, 3 balls and 2 strikes, and I'm sure everybody is – I'm waiting on the edge of my seat to know what is it. Because Dan Nathan disagrees. He says it's 9 guys is batting around. Go ahead.
And that's what I've always thought is you bat 9, all 9 guys bat, you bat it around.
This ball is eaten up by Beckett Westby. He throws on to first, but it's not in time. Ben Sanders, fortunately, is able to prevent that ball from getting by him. And Coulter Gockler is going to reach on the air. Same thing Beckett Westby just did there that Coulter Gockler did. The bounce, they let that ball eat him up and run into a bad hop. And the Vikings made Lidgerwood pay with scoring 2 runs after the air. We'll see if Lidgerwood returns the favor. Jace Kahodik now batting. Pickoff attempt. That one goes out to right field, and it's going to be at least second base for Coulter Gockler. Is he going to go for third? He is, and Cam Kittleson has a good arm, but he doesn't throw it. He pump faked a couple times, and Coulter Gockler going to get all the way to third base. Error on Westby to get him on, and then an error on Olschlager as he threw that into right field. Kittleson did a great job of hustling over there. That ball's in the dirt, and Briar Gibbon does a nice job of blocking it and preventing Gockler from getting around. 1 ball, no strikes to Jace Kahodik. Here's the kick. Punch to the right side. That would have scored Gockler as he was off with the pitch. Off with the hit, I should say. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike with a man on to the 7-hitter. This ball chopped to the left side, and in comes Gockler. Nice job there of Bristol Swanson, choosing his hop wisely. But it'll be an RBI. An RBI 6-3 putout off the bat of Jace Kahodik. And that'll bring up the 8-hitter, first baseman, number 7, Houston Hosford. Houston Hosford pitched the first game. He hits this one into the air. Bristol Swanson calls off Beckett Westby, and it'll be an F6 and bring up Corbin Bonenstengel, the right fielder who wears number 32. Bonenstengel did not play the first game. He's in right field in this game, so this is his first at-bat of the evening. Here's Olschlager's pitch, swing and a miss from Corbin.
We were talking about batting around, and I also heard Wendy say that I'll prepare some sort of a dissertation, so she was right again on that.
You have it ready to hit the airwaves here?
Well, I actually looked it up.
Okay.
I'm one of those guys that has to look it up, and there is an ongoing debate with baseball fans. I will say that.
Here's a high fly ball. No one's going to take it, and it's going to fall, and Bonenstangle is going to reach on a very nifty infield single. We agree with that, infield single?
I think so, only because who do you give the air to?
Yeah, Bermuda Triangle right there. Even if Evan would have went back for that ball, it would have been a tough play. Ben Sanders maybe was in the closest vicinity there. So we'll call it a hit for Corbin Bonenstangle, and that'll bring up Levi Lattisaw, and this ball gets by Gibbon and goes all the way near the Lidgerwood dugout. Corbin Bonenstangle going to reach on the wild pitch, second base. Lattisaw got on both times in the first game, walked, stole second, and then reached on an error, but he struck out in the first inning of this game. He is the leadoff man. He does have a runner in scoring position in Corbin Bonenstangle at second. Here's a ball taken outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
So
the World Wide Web tells us.
Well, there's 2 different camps. Here's the 10-batter camp, and that's what you and Wendy decided on is the 10-batter camp. Many fans and broadcasters strictly believe a team hasn't truly batted around until that leadoff hitter returns to the plate for the second time.
2 balls, 1 strike now. Keep going.
So that's the 10-batter camp. In the strict record-keeping world, official statisticians like Elias Sports Bureau define batting around as sending 9 batters to the plate.
Swing and a miss there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Levi Lattisaw.
So this means every player in the lineup has taken a turn. So Elias Sports Bureau defines it as batting around, batting 9.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wendy Bernier counts it as 10. So which camp do you want to go in there, Michael Bernier?
Yeah. And Elias Sports Bureau does statistics for major league teams, NBA, NFL.
Levi Lattisaw, he's caught looking. It's strike 3, and that'll end things here in the bottom half of the second inning. The Lidgerwood Babe Ruth squad does pick up 1 run, though, on 1 Kindred error. They get 1 hit and leave 1 man on base. After 2 complete, it's the Vikings 3 and Lidgerwood 2.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Tick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
All right, baseball fans, we're back and at 'em here, going into the 3rd inning. Another game moving along at a nice pace. The first game was 1 hour and 6 minutes. This game about 36 minutes old, and a good one as Kindred leads Lidgerwood 3-2. Kindred will send to the plate the 5, 6, 7 hitters: Sawyer Olson, Evan Olschlager, and Briar Gibbon, as Mike Anderson is on the bump for Lidgerwood, just threw pitch 48, and it was a foul ball, so moves the count to 0-1. Evan Olschlager has 39 pitches under his belt. Here's Anderson's pitch, swing and a miss by Olson. Olson had an RBI on a fielder's choice in the first and then stole second, but was stranded there. Here's the 0-2. Ball inside, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Anderson caught the first game. Now it's Silas Stenvold back there, as this is taken just slightly high. A breaking ball that Sawyer Olson took. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Anderson pitches. Ball taken low and outside. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff man for the Vikings in this inning is the 5-hitter, Sawyer Olson. Ball taken up high, and it's a leadoff walk for Sawyer Olson. Olson draws the walk, and he's on base for the 4th time tonight. He had a big double, 3 RBI double in the first game, and then walked. He also struck out. Here he's been on both times as this ball goes to the backstop, and Olson going to move to second on a wild pitch. Evan Olschlager didn't play the first game. He's on the bump for this one. Flew out to Houston Hosford at first in the first. He now bats with Sawyer Olson on second. Briar Gibbon on deck. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and hit out to right center field. That's probably going to fall. It is. And Olson is going to score from second base. Olschlager going to dig for second, and he's going to stand up as a double. An RBI double is swung off the bat of Evan Olschlager. Evan Olschlager going to pick up an RBI double. That ball was hit perfectly between center fielder Frecking and right fielder Bonenstangel, and then had some weird spin on it, and Frecking ended up running past it as it spun off away from him. Bonenstangel did get it in quickly, but not before Olschlager gets to second. We'll have a courtesy runner for Evan Olschlager, and that is Oliver Stroh. Oliver Stroh was in the first game and smoked a double as a pinch hitter. He then came around to score the 15th run for the Vikings. Briar Gibbon up to bat, fouls that one back. He wears number 20 and is the catcher. So Olson in, Stroh courtesy running on second, and Briar Gibbon, foul ball in front of the Vikings dugout and lands on the roof of the press box. So you got the 10-person is batting around camp. You got the 9-person batting around camp, and your wife told you where you can camp. You got more you want to say, or are we ending on that?
Well, like I said, Elias Sports Bureau does define batting around as 9 or more batters to the plate, and being technically right is the best kind of right.
That's a good look. Strike 3 called. I like the camp of if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy camp. So, but you've been married longer than I have, Mike. So
I do have an olive branch there. There's a way to avoid the debate entirely.
Okay.
Okay.
Ben Sanders is up to bat, by the way, with 1 out and 1 on, 1 across. Anders Huseman on deck. Tell us the olive branch.
So how about this? Change the term to batting through. Batting through is batting 9 batters, and save the word around for 10 batters.
Just doesn't seem to have the same jingle to it, batting around and batting through. Oliver Stroh goes to third. I think that we'll just always know in the Dan Nathan very passionate over there. Here's the 2-0, swung on, chopped, fouled to the right side. Ben Sanders, 2 balls, 1 strike with a guy on third.
So yeah, they just gave the option just to avoid the debate entirely, but sometimes it's kind of fun to debate things.
Here's the 2-1, and that's taken as a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It all got brought up because the Vikings sent 9 to the plate in the first game and then got to the 10th guy. So then it was wondering, when is it batting around? We got to the discussion, and it continues on. We might be through it now. Batting through, batting around. I think we're through with this conversation. Hopefully it provided some good humor for everybody out there. 2-2 taken outside for Ben Sanders. He is the 8-hitter. Looking to do a job of getting Oliver Stroh in. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 taken, and that's going to be Anderson's 3rd strikeout fourth strikeout, of the evening. Mike Anderson doing a very good job of keeping the Vikings at bay. Lidgerwood does have 2 errors. In fact, the Vikings have 2 unearned runs that they have scored. They lead 4-2, but Mike Anderson looking to keep the score at just 4-2 and leave Oliver Stroh at third base. Anders Huseman has not gotten a hit yet this year. No time better than right now for the center fielder. Did he just do it? He did. He smoked that ball out into left field, and it's going to be an RBI single off the bat of Anders Huseman. Left fielder Jace Kahodik was playing Anders quite deep, and Huseman drops that in front of Kahodik, driving in Oliver Stroh, who was courtesy running for Evan Olschlager. And here is Anders Huseman off to second. He's going to get into second, no problem. So give us the fun fact that I know you have in your back pocket, Mike, for who gets the run if Evan Olschlager gets the double and Oliver Stroh comes in and courtesy runs for him.
Oliver Stroh gets credit for the run scored.
Yep, even in the courtesy run situation and most certainly in the pinch run situation, the person who actually scores gets that run. This ball is popped up, and great effort there by catcher Silas Stenvold, but the ball falls just out of the reaching arm of Stenvold, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike to Bristol Swanson.
I do like that courtesy runner rule because it gets more players involved in the baseball game and gets them credit for a game played, a run scored, and a chance for a stolen base or 2. It's a lot of fun.
I thought that Anders was breaking for third, and he did not. Bristol Swanson takes that for a strike. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bristol was hit by a pitch and scored in the first, reached on an error in the second, and scored. Here's the 2-2. Chopped over to the third baseman. Nice job by fielding that and throwing on to first base successfully. Good play over at third by Levi Lattisaw, and Houston Hosford gets it right before the dirt. It's going to be a 5-3 putout, and the Vikings are retired here in the third. They do get 2 runs on 2 hits. There were no errors by Lidgerwood, and 1 man left on base after 2.5. It's the Vikings 5 and Lidgerwood 2.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Hey, baseball fans, welcome back. Evan Olschlager delivers the first pitch of the bottom of the third. It's a ball low to Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson, the pitcher. Where's number 8? He's the 2-hitter. And then Colston Frecking and Silas Stenvold will follow. 2-3-4 due here for Lidgerwood. Mike Anderson swings and misses at that low pitch. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Anderson had a single, stole third, and scored on an error in the first inning. This is his second at-bat of this game. In the first game, he was 0 for 2. He flew out to the third baseman and reached on a fielder's choice. Here's the 2-1, chopped over to Sawyer Olson. Nice play by Sawyer, but then it pops out of his glove, and that's going to be an error. And to make matters worse, he throws it away, but the batter does not advance. And Mike Anderson going to reach on an error. Sawyer Olson did a really nice job of attacking that ball, but he must have caught it in the hand and then was unable to pick it up. He still decided to throw. He would not have had Mike Anderson, and the ball got by Sanders, but great backup by the speedy right fielder, Cam Kittleson. Colston Frecking up to bat now. He also had a single in the first. Swings and falls that one back. Colston Frecking, the 3-hitter, playing center field. He'll be followed by cleanup man Silas Stenvold. So Mike Anderson trying to do what he did in the first, and that's get on, which he did, and then score, which he did. Olschlager stares him down. Now Anderson off to the races. Briar Gibbon throws to second baseman Beckett Westby, but way up the shortstop side of the base. So Mike Anderson going to safely get to second on that stolen base. It was a strike. 0 balls, 2 strikes to Frecking. Olschlager checks the runner, kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Olschlager strikes out Frecking, and that is strikeout number 3 for Olschlager. 3 strikeouts that Evan has earned and 4 that Anderson has earned. Silas Stenvold flew out to Ben Sanders at first in the first. He swings now with a man on second and hits that to third base. Foul. Sawyer Olson fights off Dominic Spooner to get that ball. If you were looking to be someone who sees the memories that were made on Kindred Youth Baseball Night, go to kindredyouthbaseball.org or follow on Facebook. Search Kindred Youth Baseball, and all the pictures from that fun evening are uploaded and ready for your viewing, thanks to Wendy Bernier. Once again, you can go to kindredyouthbaseball.org, follow on Facebook, just search Kindred Youth Baseball, and jump on board. Here's the 1-1 with 1 out. This is hit foul, and Dominic Spooner cannot make that play. Hears it from Dan Nathan and gets a gesture up from the press box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, I can attest that he could hit the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one's hit high in the air as Bristol Swanson going to call it, and then center field in to back it up, but Bristol Swanson wants it. He gets it and makes the out. It's out number 2 as Cole Fowler is now going to bat. Mike Anderson led off by reaching on an error, then stole second, but Lidgerwood has not been able to get him in. Cole Fowler might be the last chance in this inning to drive in Mike Anderson. Here's a chop, going to be a tough play. Briar Gibbon hustles after it and throws on to first. Great job by Briar Gibbon, making that play look very easy as Briar Gibbon throws on to Ben Sanders, and that's a 2-3 putout that ends things here in the third. Lidgerwood gets no runs on no hits. There was 1 Viking error and 1 Lidgerwood runner left on base. After 3 complete, it's the Vikings 5 and Lidgerwood 2.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial sales and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Hey fans, welcome back to Kindred. Beautiful Friday evening at the ballpark here on Friday, June 19th. First game lasted 1 hour, 6 minutes. This one's cruising along at a nice pace. We're not yet an hour into it. Started at 6:33. We're going into the fourth inning. Vikings are leading 5-2, and they will send their 2, 3, 4 hitters to the plate. Cam Kittleson, Jet Johnson, and Beckett Westby.
So I promise I'm done with the batting around conversation, but I did get a chance. It was very interesting to me. I was able to look up Elias Sports Bureau.
Okay.
And I just found it very interesting that they do the Major League Baseball stats as well as all the major sports.
So that you have people that work for Elias, and they are, in essence, the official scorekeepers. Kittleson slaps this to the second baseman, and he fields nicely and throws on to the first baseman. So it's Gockler to Hosford to retire Cam Kittleson, and that'll bring up Jet Johnson. That's right, Mike? So people will, you get hired by Elias, and you go to Major League games, and you are the official scorekeeper?
I think a lot of it, how it works is Elias will contract with Major League Baseball, and when you're the official scorer for a team, you're actually employed by Major League Baseball. So you're the official scorer for Major League Baseball for that particular team.
Here's the 0-1, and that's hit high in the air. Cole Fowler, and nope, he's going to give way to second baseman Coulter Gockler. And Coulter Gockler does a nice job of reeling that one in. It was a high fly ball, and 2 up, 2 down for the Vikings. That'll bring Beckett Westby to the plate. The man who hits 4, wears 4, and plays position 4. That would be a fun occupation, Mike. We both, I think, can attest to that, as Beckett Westby hits that out to left field, and it's a single for Beckett Westby, being a Major League official scorekeeper.
Yes, I think that would be a lot of fun. When I worked for the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks back in the late 90s, 96, 97, I wasn't the official scorer, but I was a statistician for the team, and I reported to a company called Howe Sports Data, which was later bought out by a different company.
Here's a ball taken by the 5-hitter Sawyer Olson. Number 44, Sawyer Olson, 5-hitter playing position 5, or third base with Beckett Westby on first. Here's the kick. Ball off the glove of Stenvold, and Westby heads to second on what I'm going to call a pass ball.
I would agree. I put pass ball in game changer.
2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs to Sawyer Olson. This ball's hit high and out to right field. I think it's going to go foul, but the right fielder and first baseman hustle after it. No one can make the catch. It falls right in front of Bonenstangle and right behind Hosford. And it's going to go as a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Sawyer Olson.
So getting back to Elias Sports Bureau, in 1913, a gentleman by the name of Al Monroe Elias and his brother Walter founded the Al Monroe Elias Baseball Bureau in New York City. And
that pitch taken as a strike by Sawyer. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And then they went on to be the scorekeepers for the MLB.
Absolutely, yes.
And many other, you said, correct?
Yes, Major League Baseball, the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, among others. Those are just some of their clients. So, yeah, they're contracted out with all of those major sports organizations.
2 balls, 2 strikes as the runner takes off for third, and a good read by Beckett Westby. He's into third, no problem. There'll be a stolen base by Westby. So Westby gets a single, then reaches second on a pass ball, steals third. He sits 90 feet away for Sawyer Olson. Here's the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Strike 3 taken by Olson, and a clean inning for Lidgerwood as they only give up 1 hit. There were no errors. The Vikings leave 1 guy on base, and after 3.5, the score remains Vikings 5, Lidgerwood 2.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back to Kindred, ladies and gentlemen, as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Once again, Lidgerwood is the home team. So on the bottom of the fourth, Lidgerwood will send to the plate their 6, 7, 8 hitters, Coulter Gockler, Jace Kahodik, and Houston Hosford. 9 hitters, Corbin Bonenstengel, if he should bat. Coulter Gockler reached on an error and scored in the second. Gockler has a run scored. Mike Anderson has a run scored. Gockler going to try and answer that. Hey, fans, you're looking for something to do on Monday, stop out to Icewind Brewery. Icewind Brewery has made Kindred Youth Baseball their charity of the month. And if you go there on June 22nd on Monday, it's charitable pint night. Every pint that you purchase, $1 will go to Kindred Youth Baseball. And if you purchase a 4-pack, then you will see $2 go to Kindred Youth Baseball. You can also round up your tab anytime throughout the month of June, and those roundups will go to Kindred Youth Baseball. Here's the 1-0. It's taken outside. 2 balls now. Whether you're a baseball fan, a craft beer fan, or just love supporting local kids, this is an easy way to make a difference. Help us knock one out of the park for Kindred Youth Baseball by visiting Icewind Brewery all month long in Mapleton, or more specifically on Monday, June 22nd, where we'll be excited to hopefully see you there and make some money for Kindred Youth Baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Coulter Gockler. This one hit over to Sawyer Olson off his glove, but he knocks it down, picks it up, throws it across, and great hustle there by Coulter Gockler as he's going to reach first on Kindred's 5th error. Not something that Coach Eggman and Coach Mason Almaris are going to probably be overly excited about. 5-5-5, 5 runs, 5 hits, and 5 errors for the Kindred Vikings. As now batting is Jace Kahodik, the left fielder who wears number 4. 55, if you want to add to it, is the number of pitches that Evan Olschlager has thrown. 55 for him and 84 for Mike Anderson. Gockler stays at first. This ball is going to be hit out to right field as Cam Kittleson has it, and Gockler just made a bad mistake taking off from first. It's going to be an F9-3 double play as Cam Kittleson easily ran that ball down, ran in a little bit, caught it, and immediately heard from Ben Sanders to throw to first. He does so, and that one pitch got the Vikings 2 outs. Now up Houston Hosford. Ball in the dirt.
57 pitches thrown by Olschlager, so his pitch count's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking great. He's despite some of the errors that the Vikings have made, they have gotten out of jams and done a nice job of picking each other up, despite some maybe not so good things that have happened defensively. Here's a swing and a miss. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hosford. Hosford flew out to shortstop Bristol Swanson back in the second. He again is the 8 hitter. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called as it was a breaking ball that Hosford watched go by. And in the the bottom half of the 4th inning, Lidgerwood gets no runs on no hits. They leave nobody on base. There was 1 Kindred error after 4 complete. It's the Vikings 5, Lidgerwood 2.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. District 7 Babe Ruth baseball action. It's a doubleheader. Both league games count here in Kindred as the Vikings lead Lidgerwood 5-2. Vikings are 5-2 on the season. Lidgerwood is 5-5. Coming to the plate in the top of the fifth for the Vikings will be Evan Olschlager, Briar Gibbon, and Ben Sanders, the 6, 7, 8 batters. That's what you just saw in the bottom of the fourth was Lidgerwood's 6, 7, 8 batters. Lidgerwood was not able to score. We'll see if the Vikings can score with their 6, 7, 8 or if Lidgerwood returns the favor in shutting those guys down. Evan Olschlager, the pitcher today. He's 1 for 2, had a double and an RBI and a run scored, all in the third. He flew out to the first baseman, Houston Hosford, in the first. First pitch is outside. Mike Anderson has now thrown 85 pitches, and I believe the Babe Ruth limit is 95. Can you confirm that, Mike?
I believe you're right, but I could definitely look it up.
2 balls, no strikes, so this is more than likely going to be the last inning of action for Mike Anderson. He looks in, sets, kicks, and delivers. This ball is hit into center field, shallow, and in front of Colston Frecking for a leadoff base hit from Evan Olschlager. Nice job of Evan just keeping it simple. He smoked a double and now gets himself a single, a leadoff single, bringing up Briar Gibbon to the plate. Oliver Stroh, like he did last time, courtesy running. So technically we already talked about this. It's Oliver Stroh's run that was scored in the third. Oliver Stroh on first base with nobody out and Briar Gibbon up to bat. The throw goes just between the legs of Hosford, but he got Hosford, that is, enough glove on it to only just trickle away, and Stroh could not advance. Stroh gets a lead, and he takes off for second. This ball's inside. Throw is not in time. Oliver Stroh going to pick up a stolen base as he gets a great jump, great read, and beats the throw from Silas Stenvold. Here's the 1-0. This ball chopped out to right field, going to be a single in front of Bonenstangel, and Oliver Stroh going to come around and score from second base. So a good piece of running there by Oliver Stroh. He stole second and was off to the races on contact there. He scores from second. Briar Gibbon going to pick up an RBI single, and he is now, Briar Gibbon, 2 for 3 on the day. He had a single in the second, stolen base, and scored. Actually, that was Jagger, I believe, that got that stolen base, as Jagger Jordheim is now in courtesy running for Briar Gibbon. Ben, go ahead.
You were correct, 95 pitches at the Babe Ruth level, the 13 to 15 age.
Off goes Jordheim. This ball put into play is going to be a tough play by the third baseman. He gets around it, throws it, and a beautiful play at first base. I should say a beautiful play at third base as Levi Ledusa attacked that ball nicely. I thought he was playing too far deep to get that runner out, but he was able to beat Ben Sanders on a beautiful play. Ladisa throws on to Hosford for the first out of the inning. Jagger Jordheim was off and running, and he kept running on to third. So there's a runner on third for Anders Huseman. Here's a 1-0 pitch that Huseman swings through. It's 1-1. Anders Huseman, the 9-hitter. He's 1 for 2. Got his first hit of the year in the third inning. That's pitch 93. So either Anderson works an out on this pitch, or this will be the final batter for him. Here's the pitch. 2-1. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. That means that this, no matter what, will be Mike Anderson's final batter of the game. He can pitch as many as he needs to Anders Huseman, but after Huseman, he will be done. Here's a swing and a miss. It's a strikeout. Anders Huseman going to strike out for the second time today, and that'll do her for Mike Anderson. There are only 2 outs here in the 5th inning, but Dominic Spooner, the head coach, going to come out and replace Mike Anderson with, we don't know who yet. You'll have to come back and see. Vikings are threatening here in the 5th inning. They have a man on third, 2 outs. There's going to be some changes. Come back and see what they are in about a minute.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store. Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
Hey fans, welcome back. It's Levi Lattisaw who's on the mound for Lidgerwood. Straight change as him and Mike Anderson swap spots. Mike Anderson moves from pitcher to third. Levi Lattisaw moves from third to pitcher. He throws a first pitch ball to leadoff man Bristol Swanson. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that hits Bristol. Bristol is going to reach on the hit by pitch. Anderson's day is going to end. He's pitched 4 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them were earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. He is responsible for the runner at third base, which is Jagger Jordheim right now. Bristol Swanson on first base. He has stolen twice this game. He has 10 stolen bases on the year, and he leaves early here as Lattisaw runs at him, and they're going to throw home, and Jagger Jordheim steals safely. So perfectly run play by the Vikings. Bristol Swanson is going to get the stolen base at second. Jagger Jordheim, as soon as Lattisaw turned his back, was off to the races for home, and he scores ahead of the throw. Bristol Swanson does get second, and that pitch is now taken for a ball to Cam Kittleson. Cam Kittleson hitting .286 coming into today. He has 2 triples on the year, 4 RBIs, and this pitch taken for a ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Kittleson 1 for 3 in this game. So Anderson, that run is going to go against him. He gave up 7 runs, 5 of them earned, as it's another ball, 3 balls now to Kittleson. Mike Anderson reached his limit, 95 pitches right on the nose, which meant Samantha, the scoreboard operator, needed to click the negative button 190 times. And it took all of the break and more to do that. There's got to be, if anybody's listening from Daktronics, which I'm very confident you are not, there's a ball hit to second base, and Kittleson does not get the call. He disagrees. I probably am in the camp of agreeing with him. But in any case, Bryce Whipple's opinion is the one that matters, and Kittleson is thrown out. Gockler on to Hosford. That'll end things here in the top half of the 5th inning as the Vikings get 2 runs and a new score, 7-2.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Almaris alongside Mike Bernier and Wendy Bernier on the buttons. As Lidgerwood batting in the bottom of the 5th inning is going to send 9-1-2 Corbin Bonenstengel, Levi Latasa, and Mike Anderson to the plate. Here's a swing and a miss by Bonenstengel. He singled back in the 2nd and then got to 2nd on a wild pitch but was stranded there. As Evan Olschlager now throws pitch number 62. There's a ball hit down the left field line fair. And off to the races out in left field is Jet Johnson. Jet Johnson misses his cutoff man, and it's going to be a double for Corbin Bonenstengel. Tell you what, Corbin Bonenstengel, he didn't play the first game, but he hit a ball pretty hard out to right field in his first at-bat, and now a double that he hit pretty hard down the left field line. Jet Johnson hustled after it fantastically well, just missed his cutoff man. Otherwise, there's a play at second. I think Bonenstengel's still in there. But that brings up the leadoff man, Levi Latasa, who's on the mound now. I was saying, if anybody's listening from Daktronics, that there is a glitch in the scoreboard system where you should be able to take your 95 pitches and cancel them out, but you can't do it. You have to click down to 94, open the screen, down to 93, open the screen, down to 92. That's why we said it's a lot of work for scoreboard people. They were aware of it in March, and the glitch has not been fixed. So, Daktronics, keep working on that. Levi Latasa bats here. Ball in the dirt. It's going to move the count to 3-0. And Bonenstengel going to take off for third. Sawyer Olsen going to get that, and the out is made. Bonenstengel maybe didn't make an early enough or good enough decision there, and Coach Spooner coaching him up there. He pats him on the back. Certainly like the aggressiveness of the play there. But Briar Gibbon collects that ball, throws on to Sawyer Olsen, and it's going to be a double that is erased out on the paths. And now Levi Latasa is going to reach on a walk. So a break for the Vikings in that regard, as Lidgerwood's probably a little disappointed they don't have guys on first and second with nobody out, rather first with one out.
Yeah, absolutely. Down by 5 runs, you don't want to see runners getting out on the base paths unnecessarily. Let your offense go to work. You got a leadoff double, and keep yourself on base.
Especially with Mike Anderson up to bat. He's a very good athlete, and off to second goes Latasa, and he's a stand-up stolen base there. Mike Anderson has impressed me. He did a good job catching, and he pitched a good game, just reached his limit earlier than I'm sure he would have liked to. He's 1 for 2 here, but reached both times. He had a single and score in the first and reached on an error, stranded at second in the third. Here he hits a high fly ball to shortstop Bristol Swanson. Swanson takes charge, calls that and catches it, and it's out number 2 as Colston Frecking now going to come to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day.
Pitch count still looking great for Olschlager, only 68 pitches.
He's 1 out away of getting through the 5th. And complete game is certainly in the conversation if he can keep his efficiency rolling. 1 ball, no strikes. Latasa on second. Frecking at the plate. He hits that one hard out to right field. Cam Kittleson's got a good arm. He bobbles the ball. And I was going to say, Lattisaw was rounding third. He had the stop sign. I put my head down right after I saw him slam on the brakes. Kittleson had that ball hit sharply at him. It was a brief bobble out there. He has a good arm. It would have been a play at the plate. And I think Spooner did the right thing there. To your point earlier, Mike, you don't want to make another out at the plate on the bases when you're down 5.
Right, exactly. There's a thing, certainly a time and place to be aggressive, but that wasn't it. He'd put up the stop sign before Cam bobbled it out and right, and I don't think it would have made a difference. Cam's got a good arm out there. I think he might have had a great shot at throwing him out.
Yeah, and it was a very brief bobble. He picked it up and made up for it quickly. Silas Stenvold on at the plate, Frecking at first, and Lattisaw. Here's the steal to second, and this ball is put into play. A beautiful hit and run. I don't know if it was designed or not, but that hold up at third base proves to be very valuable as Silas Stenvold picks up an RBI single. Stealing was Frecking. Had Frecking not been stealing, Bristol Swanson probably makes that a 6-3 putout. So a great job by Stenvold of hitting it where they ain't. He gets an RBI single, and it's back-to-back singles for Lidgerwood with a run across here in the 5th. This ball chopped, foul, as Briar Gibbon quickly out of his crouch to kill that. It's Cole Fowler up to bat. Fowler 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to third, and chopped one earlier that Briar Gibbon picked up and made it a 2-3 put out. 0 balls, 1 strike, 2 men on, 2 outs. This one gets by Gibbon, but off the home plate ump. And a really nice read by Frecking. As soon as he saw that go by, he was off, and it hit home plate ump John Ethan. Gibbon, all he had to do was turn around, but Frecking with that jump, there was nothing he could do to get him. As courtesy runner Cash Crump comes in for Silas Stenvold. It was a close pitch. Would have been. It goes in as a pass ball, and they'll be first and third. Cash Crump, courtesy running at first, Frecking at third, and Cole Fowler up to bat. 7-3 here. This ball chopped to Ben Sanders. He comes and takes it, and he steps on first base, and that'll be how things end here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lidgerwood gets 1 run on 3 hits. They leave 2 runners on base. There were no Viking errors, and after 5 complete, it's Lidgerwood 3 and the Vikings 7. We're going to the 6th. Come on back with us.
Welcome to the 130th Annual Norman County Fair, June 24th through 27th, Ada, Minnesota. FFA Day. New this year, Jindo Bingo, the Big Air ATV show in the R&J Broadcasting Grandstand. Plus free music, basketball challenge, Check 6 Veterans Day, Youth Day, Senior Day, racing, the Mooncats, lumberjack shows, and so much more. For the full schedule, visit NormanCountyFair.com. Norman County Fair, Ada, Minnesota, June 24th through 27th. It's where summer begins. The fun never ends.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a fun evening of baseball. Absolutely gorgeous night in Kindred. It couldn't draw up a better night. And I know there's a lot of people that like the lakes. They're lake people. It's a lot of fun being on the baseball diamond on a weekend night, isn't it, Mike?
Absolutely, especially on a beautiful evening like this. There's a time and place, and, another really good place to be would be out on that boat and out on that lake, but got to hand it to baseball.
Yeah, and a beautiful stadium here in Kindred. We're very lucky, and certainly lucky to be able to broadcast things on your live event. We've got some great sponsors, and it's exciting to be on the diamond. Good ball game too, Kindred. Leading this one 7-3 as we go to the top of the 6th. They'll send Jet Johnson, Beckett Westby, and Sawyer Olson, the 3-4-5 batters to the plate to face Levi Lattisaw. Lidgerwood was beat 15-0 in game 1, but has answered really nice here in game 2, and it's been a close one, a tight one. Lidgerwood has had opportunities to make this an even closer game, but Kindred has wiggled out of some jams and done a nice job pitching and defensively to hold this 7-3 lead. Evan Olschlager pitching a great game. He has 74 pitches under his belt, 21 left to get through the 2 innings if he can. Jet Johnson sees 3 balls. He has a 3-0 count right now. He is 0 for 1, walked in the first, was hit by a pitch in the second, and flew out to the second baseman in the fourth. Here's the 3-0 from Levi Lattisaw, and it's going to be a leadoff walk. Always a frustrating thing to see happen when your team, if your Lidgerwood scores a run and has to work very hard to do that, and then a leadoff walk is issued. Jet Johnson can run fast. He steals second here, or takes an attempt at stealing second, and now it's officially a stolen base as he slides in ahead of the throw from Silas Stenvold. Beckett Westby bats it. He's 1 for 2. He was hit by a pitch, grounded out to the pitcher, and had a single in the fourth. He takes a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, as when Jet Johnson stole, it was a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Beckett. Here's the set from Lattisaw. He looks at second, kicks and delivers. This ball put in play. Nice job of running at second there by Jet Johnson. Although that ball was hit in front of him, it was not hit hard. Infield single for Beckett Westby. Jet Johnson realized that there was no way he was going to be thrown out at third. He runs hard to third, and it's first and third with Beckett Westby on first, Jet Johnson on third, and Sawyer Olson up to bat. Here's the set. A pick attempt over at first. Beckett Westby dives back safely. Sawyer Olson, the batter. Levi Lattisaw looks into Silas Stenvold, sets and delivers. Westby stays put, ball in the dirt. Nice block by Silas. And it's 1 ball, 0 strikes to Olson. Here's the set. Westby's off the shin pad of Silas, and it's going to be a stolen base without a throw there for Beckett Westby. Olson will be followed by Olschlager, the 5 and then 6 hitters. 2 balls, no strikes, ball, and this one blocked by home plate ump John Ethan, not Ethan John. He's second and third here for Sawyer Olson. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out, guys on second and third. This ball chopped as Sawyer Olson gets the green light. And Coach Eggman starts to get harassed as he made minimal attempt on that play. 3 balls, 1 strike. Foul ball, good job of Levi Lattisaw coming back here on a 3-0 count and fighting Sawyer Olson.
I don't know. You said minimal effort, and I think minimal effort is an overstatement.
Yeah, that is. To have minimal effort, there needed to be an effort. As that ball's taken in the dirt and Sawyer Olson reaches on a walk.
So we saw Sawyer Olson take a hack on 3-0. When we were broadcasting an American Legion game, we talked about whether or not you had a take sign.
Me personally, yes, I do have a take sign. That's the question. Yeah, I do have it, but I also really like green lighting on 3-0. I listened to a great podcast. It was a Florida State coach, and he argued that when they went green light, every kid got a green light on 3-0. He said our walks actually increased because they were taking these healthy hacks at 3-0 and hurting pitchers. And so, obviously, it's what we talk about is it's one spot, any spot. It has to be a ball you're going to hit hard. We don't want kids to be reckless with that 3-0 swing. We don't want them to get antsy and, get themselves out. But certainly if you get that pitch, and then in listening to Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven, they talked a lot about statistically how many times you are going to get on a 3-0, 3-1, 3-2 pitch, as this one runs inside to Evan Olschlager and goes 1-0. But when you see a 3-0 pitch, you're going to see the same pitch probably 3 times in a row. 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, whether it be a fastball, usually is the case, and usually over the same spot. Going back to your statistics, that's going to be a play at the plate, and safely sliding into home there is Jet Johnson. As he read dirt, took off for home. The ball didn't scoot too far away from Silas Stenvold. He did a great job of running to the ball and then trying to get to the plate before Jet Johnson, but wasn't able to do so. Sawyer Olson goes to second, and Beckett Westby goes to third. Evan Olschlager remains at the plate. But I suppose even the company you were talking about earlier, Elias, or what was it?
Elias Sports Bureau.
I mean, they probably are involved in that. What pitches are you getting on 3-0, 3-1, 3-2? So,
yeah, many different philosophies on that subject.
Yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. The thing that I like about the green light is that if you have a good pitcher that you're facing, you're probably not going to get, as this ball goes by Silas again, and now Beckett Westby comes across. Sawyer Olson moves up to third. You're probably not going to get a lot of pitches in a game that you can drive and hit hard. So you don't want to take the bat out of someone's hands. Certainly you want to get a guy on base and take advantage of some sloppiness early on, but taking advantage of any pitch you can drive anytime you can do that is I think important.
From a coaching perspective, I have no issue giving the green light on the 3-0, but I expect a good quality swing.
Absolutely.
At the 3-0 pitch.
Yep, here's a fly ball as Houston cannot make the play. Hosford, good effort. Good effort by Houston Hosford. He dove, had it in his glove, and then it just trickled out.
Couldn't quite keep it in his trapper, in his first baseman's glove. But he made a great effort.
So it'll stay 3 balls, 2 strikes to Evan Olschlager as he has Sawyer Olson on third. And here's the pitch. And outside. So Olschlager bats with the bases loaded. And by the time he earns the walk, 2 runs had come across, and Olson had moved over to third. Stroh continues the courtesy run for Olschlager, and that'll bring up Briar Gibbon. It's the pitcher-catcher combo. Olschlager bats 6, Gibbon bats 7. The battery mates bat next to each other. 9-3 Vikings lead now as Stroh takes off for second. Ball goes by the catcher, and all 3 runs that were on the bases are earned through wild pitches. Stroh on second now. Gibbon at the plate. And Levi Ladisaw trying to work his first out here. There's another high fly ball. Ladisaw calls for it, and he catches it. Anderson with great hustle from third base. But it's Ladisaw who gets the F1 put out. First out of the 6th inning. And that'll bring up first baseman number 9, Ben Sanders. Sanders 0 for 3 on the day. Flew out to short, struck out, and then grounded out to third base. He is the 8 hitter, followed by Anders Huseman, the 9 hitter. Here's a ball chopped out to left field. It's going to drop in front of the left fielder despite a great effort out there, and getting the stop sign at third is Oliver Stroh. So Oliver Stroh going to get to third, but it's a single for Ben Sanders. Dropped right in front of Jace Kahodik out in left field. And it's men on the corners once again for the Vikings, this time with Anders Huseman up to bat. Anders Huseman 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a single in the third. This ball gets by Silas. Stroh. Smart decision there by Stroh, as it would have been a bang-bang play at the plate. Sanders saw it immediately and headed for second. So guys on second and third now for the Viking. Sanders on second, Stroh on third, Anders Huseman at the plate. Levi Lattisaw delivers a pitch high to Silas Stenvold. Two balls, no strikes, one out. Levi Lattisaw kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss by Anders Huseman. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
More on the courtesy runners. We talked earlier how we like that rule where you could courtesy run for the pitchers and catchers, and it gets more players involved in the ball game.
Oliver Stroh in as a courtesy runner right now. He's courtesy running for Evan Olschlager.
I would like to see a rule implemented where the courtesy runner has to have their helmet on,
ready to go,
and at the tip of the dugout.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. 3 balls, 1 strike. That is something we struggle with in the Legion crew, Mike. And I don't know if you're saying that as a kind a message to me on figure that out. But we do get frustrated.
Perhaps, but
yes,
we saw earlier in the game, and I'm not going to mention names of players or anything like that. But they needed a courtesy runner, and the jerseys untucked, their helmets nowhere to be found. They're putting on their shoes and finishing their lunch or whatever and getting out to the base, and it just delays things, and the courtesy runner was meant to speed the game up.
Bristol Swanson at bats now. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to, it was meant to be, you get your catcher in so they can get their stuff on, and we're not waiting a half hour for them to go, and then we wait 35 minutes for the courtesy runner to get out there in the first place. So it definitely defeats the purpose, but and then they extend it to the pitcher to give him a little bit more time to recover and rest and get out there and be ready to do his warm-up pitches as well. So no doubt it's a good rule, but there's certainly some teaching that needs to happen to make it go the way it's supposed to. As Bristol Swanson hits this out to left field, a high fly ball, and that's going to land fair just inside the fair foul line. Mike, I'm going to give that an error. I thought the left fielder should have had that ball, as it was hit high out to left field. Kahodic hustled over there, but almost outran that ball. And Bristol Swanson drops that right on the line. It's only going to score 1 run. I'm going to give it an RBI because the runner would have scored on a sac fly. So Oliver Stroh comes across and scores. Sanders runs to third. Huseman runs to second. Bristol gets to first, and that brings up Cam Kittleson. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. 11-3 Vikings lead. Ball's outside. It's now 2-0.
Yeah, I agree with that call out there. I think that if you're the pitcher and you get a pop-up like that and the outfielder's camped underneath it, you expect to get an out in that situation.
Lattisaw having a tough time finding the strike zone right now. He's walked 4 guys this inning and in danger of walking his 5th on this 3-0 to Cam Kittleson. There's a strike. The Quisland special, could it be coming? It's the 3-0 strike and then pop-up. Lidgerwood would love for that to happen right now. Here's the kick and the 3-1. And it's the Quisland special out to left field. This one, the left fielder cannot catch either, and the merry-go-round might begin as 2 runs are going to score. Kittleson's going to go to second. Swanson's going to go to third. And Kahodic struggling out in left field, going to be an error charged against him. Again, I'm going to give Cam Kittleson an RBI as he would have scored Ben Sanders from third on a tag-up. But with the ball dropping, it's not just Ben Sanders. It's also Anders Huseman who scores. Bristol Swanson goes to third. Cam Kittleson going to go to second. And no matter what your definition of batting around is, the Vikings are going to do it here in the 6th as they're going to send Jet Johnson to the plate for the 2nd time. Going to be some potential changes here for Lidgerwood. We're going to step away, and we'll have those changes for you when we come back in about 90 seconds.
The World of Outlaws late models are coming to Norman County Raceway on June 30th, 2026. Infield seating, your chance to meet your favorite National Touring Series drivers, and much, much more. Tickets are available now at ncraceway.com.
Order yours today, and we'll see you June 30th, 2026.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here. Mike Bernier, Josh Almaris, Wendy Bernier, and now we got Teddy Almers on the buttons over here. TJA the third is what we like to call him. We have a Grandpa Ted J. Almers, a cousin Ted J. Almers, and now the little Ted J. Almers. In this game, we have Jet Johnson coming to the plate. He will face a new pitcher in Cole Fowler. Cole Fowler was at short, and he throws a ball to Jet Johnson. And going to short is Levi Lattisaw. So it's a straight change. Levi Lattisaw goes from pitch to short. Cole Fowler goes short to pitch. Lattisaw line currently reads 2/3 inning pitch. That'll stay the same. 2 hits will stay the same. 6 runs could change. 3 of them earned runs. He did walk 4. And he's responsible for the runners on second and third. Another ball. Oh, that was a strike? 2 balls and 1 strike.
It was a called strike, yes.
Jet Johnson has a 2-1 count here. Jet Johnson, our Enbridge player of the game in game 1, swings and misses. That ball goes to the backstop, and coming home will be Bristol Swanson. Jet Johnson pitched a no-hitter in game 1. 4 innings pitched for Jet, and a very good outing from the young right-hander as he only allowed 3 base runners. One was on an error in that first game. He now sees the count run full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Vikings lead 14-3. It's a ball taken inside, and Jet Johnson gonna head on over to first on the walk. It's going to be runners at the corners once again. Johnson on first, Kittleson on third.
Last couple runs were significant because now the 10-run rule is in effect, and so now you give a little bit of a cushion to end this game after 6 innings.
Batting now is Beckett Westby. 2 for 4 in game 2 for Beckett Westby. Back-to-back singles. He had 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 6th. Beckett Westby coming into tonight led the team with batting average at .455. He was 1 for 2 in the first game, and now he's 2 for 4 in this game, so he's 3 for 6, and my math says his average will go up from .455 as now he pops one up to the first baseman, it's foul, and the first baseman and pitcher both were closing in on it. Neither could make the play. Beckett going to get another chance. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Westby the 4-hitter. Sawyer Olson stands on deck. He's the 5-hitter. Here's the set and delivery from Fowler. It's a swing and a miss. And Beckett Westby going to go down on strikes for the second out of the 6th inning. Sawyer Olson now bats. Oh, we got a pinch hitter. It's Jaden Dingo Rude. And Wendy and I talked about how he got his nickname, Dingo. So I asked him, and he said he was a wild child and his grandpa called him a dingo. It stuck.
Yeah. Up until about 10 seconds ago, I thought his name was Dingo.
Okay.
He said it was Jaden.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens quite often to Jaden. That's a nice hit by Dingo, and he's off to the races. As will he make this a double? He is going to go in for 2. So it's a double by Dingo. An RBI double as Cam Kittleson scores from third. Jet Johnson goes to third, and Dingo going to be running in a second with an RBI double. That'll bring up Evan Olschlager. So Olschlager now, if the Vikings hold Lidgerwood, is very much looking like a complete game is in the books. He's at 74 pitches, and the Vikings lead by 12, so the 10-run rule would be in effect if the Vikings shut down Lidgerwood in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Olschlager not worried about that right now. He's worried about knocking in 2 more runs. He has a 2-0 count. Rude on second, Johnson on third, and that ball taken outside. It's 3-0 now as Cole Fowler looking to throw a strike here. We have batted around, and there's no argument on the batting around situation here, as the 14th batter of this inning will come to the plate for the Vikings.
So at what point do you bat around twice?
Well, let's continue to navigate away from that lengthy conversation and go back to your courtesy run. Oliver Stroh, the courtesy run on cue. As soon as Olschlager got on, he was out there and ready to go. So making both of us happy, because that's the purpose of the courtesy runner. Get on out there and get ready. An albatross. An albatross, if you bat around twice. There's a high fly ball out to center field, and the center fielder backpedals, making the catch. That's Colston Frecking. It's an F8 to end the inning. And after 6 innings of play, the Vikings lead Lidgerwood 15-3. Lidgerwood has to come to the plate in the bottom of the 6th and score at least 3 runs to keep this game going. Evan Olschlager will be on the mound pitching his 75th pitch. Come on back, see how it goes.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us, and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back. District 7 Babe Ruth action here in Kindred. Night just got more beautiful as the lights are turned on. Lidgerwood needs 3. They're going to rely on 6, 7, 8 guys, Coulter Gockler, Jace Kahodik, and Houston Hosford to do it. As Evan Olschlager throws ball 1, that's pitch 75. Again, the max is 95. He needs 3 outs before 3 runs are scored to finish this game. Coulter Gockler 0 for 2, but reached on an error both times. This is a single up the middle And Gockler on for the third time here today. Nice day for Coulter Gockler, at least for putting the ball in play and showing great hustle on the base paths. He'll be followed up by 7-hitter, left fielder, number 4, Jace Kahodik. Kahodik 0 for 2, but did pick up an RBI on a 6-3. Oh, nope, this is Aaron Martinez. I just heard them call him Aaron. So I'm sure that is his name, right? Number 30, Aaron Martinez, bats for Jace Kahodik.
Not yet.
Aaron Martinez. Once again, where's number 30? He fouled that back. It's 0-1 for Martinez. And here he swings and fouls it back again, getting his hacks. That's what you like to see out of a pinch hitter. I'm here to swing the bat and hit it hard. He's swung it and he's hit it, but both times straight back as foul balls. Gockler on first. Olschlager pitching. 0-2. Fly ball to Bristol Swanson. I feel like that's happened a ton. Gockler steps off the base and he gets doubled up at first again. The second time Gockler has been doubled up at first base. The last time it was F9-3, Kittleson to Sanders, and here it was an F6-3 double play. So Evan Olschlager gets 2 outs on 1 pitch, and that'll bring up Houston Hosford, number 7, the first baseman. Ball just a little bit in. Pitch 80 for Evan. Now 81 coming to the 8-hitter Houston Hosford. Here's a fly ball. Briar Gibbon can end the night if he makes this play. He can't because there's a fence and a patio in his way.
That would have been pretty impressive if Briar would have got to that one.
I've seen the Joe Mauer one where he reaches behind the net and catches it, but there's no way
Nope.
Gibbons doing that. 1 ball, 1 strike here. 2 outs. As Olschlager looks in to Gibbon, gets the signs, and here's the pitch. Strike 3, strike 2. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
3 outs on the base paths for Lidgerwood, so that's a full inning of work for Olschlager that he just lets his fielders take care of the bases.
That's a ball just a little bit in there. Corbin Bonenstangle on deck. He's 2 for 2 on the day if Houston Hosford reaches. Here's the 2-2. Ball in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Corbin Bonenstangle's had a good night. He wants to swing the bat, see if Houston Hosford can get on and give him the chance. Here's the pitch from Olschlager. Swing and a miss, but it gets by Gibbon. Gibbon's going to have to go get it and throw to first. Holsford hustling down to first base, and he's going to get there in time. So it's going to be a that's an E2, right, Mike?
It'll be a pass ball.
Yeah, okay.
A pass ball.
Would it be, or did that go in the dirt? Wild pitch?
I think I would go with a pass ball on that.
Okay.
In my opinion.
So Bonenstangle bats with a runner on in Houston Hosford. And Olschlager picks up his 5th strikeout of the night. Bonenstangle is 0-2 right now. Once again, he is 2 for 2 in the 9 hole for Lidgerwood. Here's the 0-2. This one chopped up the middle. Going to be a tough play for Swanson. He takes it on the second hop. Does a nice job of gathering his feet and throws it on to first base. It's a 6-3 putout, and that'll do things here in Kindred in game number 2. Vikings are victorious here. They win 15-3. Coach Eggman and his crew put up 30 runs here in Kindred tonight. They win the first one 15-0 and the second one 15-3. Vikings are going to improve to 6-2. Lidgerwood's going to drop to 5-6. Time of this game was 1 hour and 51 minutes. Started at 6:33, done at 8:24. We're going to step away for about 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll honor our Enbridge player of the game. We'll have the HTC connection of the game and the Agassiz Precision Ag Precision play of the game. Come on back in, we'll say 2 minutes. for those awards. Vikings win 15-3, CN2.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Buying, selling, or leasing commercial real estate or farmland in the Fargo-Moorhead and surrounding area? From office to retail, industrial to multifamily, commercial land to farmland. As the #1 commercial, sales, and leasing brokerage in the FM region, Goldmark Commercial has the experience and skills to handle all of your commercial real estate and farmland needs with the highest levels of customer service and marketing around. Trust the experts at Goldmark Commercial Real Estate to lead your team to success.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Hey fans, welcome back to Kindred. Vikings are victorious in Game 2, 15-3. We're going to honor our Enbridge player of the game. Enbridge, life takes energy. Enbridge is energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. Evan Olschlager, great game on the mound and great game offensively. I know that this might sound like it's on repeat as Mr. Jet Johnson did much the same the first game, but Evan Olschlager this game, 2 for 3 at the plate with an RBI and 2 walks, so he reaches 4 of his 5 plate appearances. Fantastic job by Evan Olschlager offensively. Also on the mound, what a great day he had. 6 innings pitched, picked up the win, scattered 7 hits, gave up 3 runs. Only one of them was earned, and he only walked 1 guy. He struck out 5, so congratulations to Evan Olschlager. He is going to be the Enbridge player of the game. He also is going to deliver for us the connection of the game, sponsored by HalsteadTel.com. HalsteadTelephone.com sponsors connection to the game. Go to HalsteadTel.com for more information. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone, it's how to connect. He had the RBI double in the 3rd that got the Vikings a 4-2 lead, and then he came across to score. The game was close throughout, and that was a big boost off the bat for the Vikings. So Evan Olschlager, the Enbridge player of the game, and also delivers the HalsteadTel.com connection of the game. Spoiler alert, we're going to have an interview. Then we'll come back and do the precision play of the game after that. Come back in 30 seconds for our interview.
Keep your car moving along with the team at Elite Automotive Center in Fargo. What sets Elite Automotive Center apart from the herd is their truly extensive list of services. From brake and tire service to tune-ups and battery replacement, there's no job too big or small for their ASE certified technicians. Schedule your next oil change by going to EliteAutomotiveCenter.com or scan the QR code on your screen now. Never settle for standard service. Stop by Elite Automotive Center today in Fargo.
The camera. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by Evan Olschlager. He is the Enbridge player of the game. Evan, you guys pick up 2 wins. You score 30 runs tonight. Was it a fun Friday night at the ballpark?
It was. We worked hard all week to get better after a tough loss on Tuesday.
You guys score a lot of runs. You do a great job on the mound. Do you have a favorite moment of the night, a favorite experience that you had while you were, or whether it be on the mound or hitting, a favorite moment of the night?
I think it was the 5th inning. I struck a kid out looking with a curveball that was just nasty.
You, one of the things that I admired about you the most today is you had a great pace of play and you pumped a lot of strikes. Talk a little bit about the mix of pitches that you have and how important it is for you to challenge batters.
I mostly just threw fastballs, occasionally mixed in a few curveballs, but mostly just pounded the strike zone.
And at the plate, you had a good night. You were, I better double check this, make sure I don't mess this up, but you were 2 for 3 with an RBI. You walked twice. You did a great job at the plate. What were you seeing so good when you were up there batting?
I was just waiting for my pitch, and when it came, I drove it.
You had a great game, Evan. Congratulations and best of luck down the road. We're going to step away for about 30 seconds. When we come back, we got interview number 2 coming your way. Thanks, Evan, and congratulations.
Thank you.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Hey fans, we are fortunate to be joined now by the Enbridge player of the game in Game 1, Jet Johnson. Was it a fun Friday night at the ballpark?
Yeah, it was really fun to get the bats going, score a lot of runs, pitch a no-hitter.
Beautiful night in Kindred here. Isn't it a good time being out here on a Friday playing ball with the boys? Why is that so fun for you?
It's so fun because you get to be with your friends, and then you're successful on the diamond. It's just a good day.
You had tremendous success on the diamond today. You threw a no-hitter. Have you ever thrown a no-hitter before?
I don't think I have.
Kudos to your catcher. You want to give any props out to your catcher and talk a little bit about how you were being handled behind the plate? I mean, you got some velocity. You got a good mix of pitches. What do you love about throwing to your battery mate?
Yeah, Cam did a really good job. We had some early practices to really practice, so it was just nice to see his work come through.
And offensively, you did a great job there as well. You were 1 for 1 with 3 runs. You had 2 RBIs and a nice triple. You smoked that ball. You hit a triple. Did you know you were getting 3 on it?
I did not.
Yeah, okay. You want to give any shout-outs before we move along?
I'll shout out my family.
Okay. You got a nice family down the golf cart row there, and even had a van out there. Do you know who was in the van?
No.
Oh, okay, I don't either. All right. Did you get to sit in the couch?
Yeah, I did.
Was it fun sitting in the couch?
Yeah,
beautiful
really
couch,
fun.
isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. All right, good having you up here, Jet. We enjoyed watching. Congratulations on the win. We'll let you get out there and celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Express Lane Marathon in Kindred is your neighborhood convenience store where convenience meets quality, whether you're fueling up with Marathon's top-tier fuel or grabbing a quick snack. Express Lane has you covered. From hot stuff pizza, smash hit subs, premium soft-serve ice cream, gas, diesel, and propane exchange. Make sure to use your Marathon app and get 7 cents back per gallon all summer long. Now offering premium 91 non-ethanol fuel. Express Lane is your friendly and locally owned convenience store.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on our final segment, post-game show here in Kindred. Vikings once again are victorious. They win the first game 15-0 and second game 15-3. We were in the middle of giving awards. We gave the Enbridge Player of the Game award in Game 2 to Evan Olschlager, and he also had the connection of the game with his third inning double that was an RBI double, and he later came around to score, making the game 5-2. Moving on to our precision play of the game, sponsored by Agassiz Precision Ag. Agassiz Precision Ag is your local precision planting dealer. You can visit Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro online at planterdoc.com, or you can call them at 701-436-2119. The Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game is going to come from right fielder Cameron Kittleson. Cam had a line drive out to him in the 4th inning that he made a nice catch on, and as he was running in, immediately recognized that the runner on first base had taken off for second. He threw a strike over to Ben Sanders and earned the F9-3 double play. That occurred in the bottom of the fourth. At that point, it was just a 5-2 game. The Vikings were leading 5-2, and the leadoff man got on. But once again, thanks to Cam Kittleson and his Agassi Precision Ag precision play of the game, the threat was nullified as he caught it through to Ben Sanders. Congratulations to Cam Kittleson for being a part of the Agassi Precision Ag precision play of the game. And one more time, congratulations to Evan Olschlager for being a part of the Halstead Telephone Company connection of the game and the Enbridge player of the game in Game 2. Fun night at the Baseball Diamond. Congratulations to Nick Eggman, Mason Almaris, and their crew of Babe Ruthers as they win 15-0 and 15-3. They improve to now 6-2 on the season. We wish all the best to Dominic Spooner, Dylan Fowler, and the Babe Ruth boys of Lidgerwood as they continue on with their season. Coach Spooner's always a fun guy to talk to and talk about. Hopefully any of you Lidgerwood folks appreciated the stories. We look forward to seeing the Lidgerwood Babe Ruth crew continue to improve and have some fun experiences throughout the summer. I want to thank everybody for tuning in on your live event. For Mike Bernier and Wendy Bernier and Teddy Almaris, we hope you all have a great night. We'll see you back here next time.